Gentlemen, start your engine.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back again here on a Sunday night. Already slipping up early on. Not good. Championship night here for the Blazing Pedals Xfinity Series, brought to us by Savage Edge Graphics. Make sure you go to savageedge.com and pick yourself up a True Sim Productions t-shirt. That being said, like I said, it is championship night. 4 drivers hunting for that title this evening, coming at you live from Chicagoland Speedway. It is going to be a transition race. We are going to be finishing this thing out under the lights. Now, we started a little early tonight because we are going to try and get a word in with our championship contenders. So first off, I want to bring up Bryan Dees, and we'll talk to Bryan. I know he's out on track, but we're going to bring him on up. Bryan Dees, Sam and Tanner up in the booth. You got us.
I got you guys. What's up?
Well, you know, Bryan, you're coming in. You're going to be hunting for a championship tonight. Wanted to get your thoughts on everything. Bring your camera up there. It's got your Soul Stealer shirt on there, number 17. Hunting for a championship. How do you feel about Chicagoland?
Usually the 1.5 are my better tracks. This one, for some reason, I don't know. I haven't quite been able to figure it out. You know, in the past. So I've been putting a lot of practice in, trying to learn it, trying to see what works, see what doesn't, and put it all into the practice tonight. So.
Oh, you're sitting 12th in practice right now. You got 175 laps. You're going against the best ones here in the league. What do you think? You think you're going to walk away with it tonight? What are your odds, I guess I should ask?
I have no idea what the odds are. I was never too good at math, to be honest, but I don't know. To be honest, I said it last night. I was a guest on Race Chatter on TSP, but you know, this league is so competitive. There's so many fast guys here. Like, I mean, there's legitimately probably like 10 guys that can win every single week. So to even make the Final Four, honestly, is a huge accomplishment for me. But again, like I said last night, that doesn't mean I'm rolling over and giving up on it. So I'm definitely going to be fighting for it.
All right, man. Well, we're going to keep an eye on you all night long. Good luck to you, and hopefully we talk to you at the end of the race.
Sounds good to me.
That was Bryan Dees, first person we're going to be talking to here before we get the festivities going here tonight. Looks like Taylor might not be at his computer. I see him deafened down there. So it might actually be the Championship 3 tonight. I'm not even seeing Steven Johnson. Oh, no, he joined the server. All right, so he's at least in the race. See if we keep an eye on him here on TeamSpeak, and we'll see if we can't bring him up to talk to him. So we'll go ahead and bring up the other one of the other championship contenders. That's the number 88 of Jammey Walker. Jamie, it's Sam and Tanner in the booth. You got us?
Uh-oh.
Jammey Walker, driver of number 88, Sam and Tanner in the booth. You got us? Well, we know Jamie's been having some computer issues. We'll just drop him back down into his channel and not starting off the way I wanted to tonight, Tanner. Glad to have you, by the way. Tanner Marr joining me in the booth, ladies and gentlemen, the co-owner of TSP.
Hey, I'm excited to be here for championship night. It's not starting out the way we like, the way we planned, right? It never does, but I know it's going to be one hell of a ride, one hell of a show tonight.
I see Taylor still deafened down there in TeamSpeak, so, you know, I think I made an announcement earlier I wanted to talk to everybody, but I might not have. I thought they would have automatically assumed I wanted to talk to them, but you know what? We can go ahead and start the festivities up. We got the national anthem coming your way shortly, but with that being said, there's been somebody who gave us the national anthem, and that's Joshua Rutherford. Provided the music that you're listening to right now, provided the national anthem for us from Mullet Music Productions over on YouTube. So if you haven't already, go subscribe to Mullet Music Productions over on YouTube. Helps Josh out a ton. But with that being said, and I hope he's cool with it, but we're going to do it. This is Josh's music video over on Mullet Music Productions. So go give it a like, thumbs it up, whatever you got to do there over on YouTube. And I hope you all enjoy it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. Song by Joshua Rutherford. Tell you what, he makes great music. I'm going to bring him up on camera here, too. Driving that Mullet Music Productions number 64 Chevy Camaro out there. But make sure you guys go over to his YouTube channel, give him a subscription, like his video. I mean, he makes great stuff. He's waving to us there on camera. He's always listening to the broadcast. It's great. We'll bring him up in the middle of the race. He'll be waving. It's pretty funny. See, Amanda's out in chat. Got Terry out there. Josh is actually going for no pick tonight. He's cool with all Championship 4 contenders, but he'll be rooting for his full weeb teammate, Bryan Dees. There you go. So, in case anybody doesn't know that, they all run together for the endurance racing stuff, the road side of things. So, all right, with that being said, we got about 49 seconds left to go here in practice. I haven't seen Steven Johnson pop into the TeamSpeak yet, and if he is, I don't see his name. But we're going to go ahead and get this thing fired off. So if you could, please, ladies and gentlemen, rise and remove your hats for tonight's National Anthem. All right, and thank you very much, Joshua Rutherford, for a great rendition of our national anthem. I know I said it earlier in the broadcast. I'm going to say it again. If you haven't already, go subscribe to Mullet Music Productions on YouTube. He makes great music, obviously does a great job with our national anthem. That being said, it is time to get the show on the road. Drivers are out in qualifying right now. We're taking a look at the number 3 of Corey Sherman on his first lap right now. So, Tanner, I know I know you talked to a few drivers tonight, but I know for a fact that this track is going to be tough for everybody. This setup is beyond loose.
Yeah, so talking with some of the drivers during practice, I was hearing kind of mixed reviews on that, right? You sit here and watch them, and you see Corey Wu getting a little loose right there in qualifying. Some drivers saying it's really loose, but they're running the bottom. Other guys are saying it's really tight, and they're running the top. So in my head, naturally, it makes me think, well, why don't we just migrate down to the middle of the track? So it's going to be interesting to see how these guys attack the track and how they work with the setup as the race goes on, for sure.
That's definitely going to be interesting to see. Like you said, if they're tight up top, then you might see drivers move back down to the bottom. But I don't know. I know drivers are going to have to really worry about that right rear tire here tonight. So we'll just have to keep an eye on everybody all night long. It looks like, luckily, Steven Johnson did make it tonight. Actually, he's out on track right now, so let's follow him, one of the championship contenders. Taylor Butcher Benjamin just went top of the board at 30.78. So provisional pole right now for the number 10 at Taylor Butcher Benjamin. But Steven Johnson, Tanner, he's up on that high line, probably trying to build momentum in that race car here on his first lap. Gets the wall a little bit, though, coming out of turn 2.
You are right, and I see Taylor Butcher Benjamin just knocked off to the top of the perch down to P2. Got Bryan Dees right there hot on his heels. Going to see what the other championship contender right here, the number 2 machine of Steven T. Johnson, can do as he is coming, I believe, to lap number 1.
Out of turn 4 to cross the line. That's actually his first lap there. 30.95, but he did run the top. Now, that's interesting to see because I could have swore that you'd have to run the bottom to get a decent qualifying run here, but Steven T, he's one of those drivers. I saw him do it at Iowa earlier in the year. While everybody was running the middle and the bottom, he was going all the way up to the outside wall in 3 and 4 and kind of proving us wrong here. I'm thinking it's the bottom to run for qualifying. He's running the top.
Gonna find out right here for a second lap at the line. Jumps up to
pole position.
P1.
30.69 for the number 2, Steven Johnson, running right up against the outside wall. That's actually kind of impressive. I'm not going to lie. I thought it was going to be all on the bottom tonight. Steven Johnson's got it figured out.
For the drivers that have not went yet, did they see that? Did they see Johnson running the high side on broadcast here? Maybe we see other drivers start to migrate up to the top.
Looks like Derek Paulson, he's moving up to the top side. Derek got knocked out last week, or not last week, but the week prior. We took a week off, and that being said, make sure y'all have a happy and safe Thanksgiving coming up this week. Derek is going up to the top side of the racetrack right here, so maybe it is the top side tonight. Maybe you're not as loose up there. Like you said, drivers were saying they get too tight up there on the top side. I don't know. Like I was telling you, Tanner, I raced here a couple weeks back, and, man, I was fighting loose everywhere. So it could just be the track conditions, too.
That was the word I heard most in practice, was loose. So I think these drivers were searching everywhere on the track just to find a little bit of grip. And it was like that top shelf high side's where they need to be right now.
Trying to bring up the weather here. It looks like we got a track temp of about 79 degrees, 78 degrees air temp. So it's cool. It's not super hot, so I don't know. And with the lights going to be coming on here later, the track's definitely going to cool off. It's going to tighten it up a little bit more. We got about 5 minutes left to go here in qualifying. Only a couple drivers out on track right now. We're watching the number 6 of Derek Paulson coming to complete lap number 2. Crosses the line. First lap was a 31.22. Second lap, 30.84. Good enough for 7th position for the number 6.
As the last guy I'm really trying to spotlight and watch here is for the number 88, the Mountain Dew machine of Jammey Walker. Waiting to see when he's going to go out to the circuit and attempt his 2 laps of qualifying to see where he's going to be slotted at for the start of tonight's event.
It's going to be interesting to see what Jamie does, if he's even going to qualify at all, to be honest. Because remember, all you got to do is finish in front of all the other championship contenders, right? But Jamie's one of them drivers. We see him kind of do it every week. We know he was doing it throughout the season to get the biggest mover points, but he likes to start in the back. It helps him save his tires. I've been saying that all year long. So he might not even qualify.
That's a very, very good, strong point.
Dalton Curo, first lap, 30.97. Dalton's kind of working that middle groove right there. Now, remember, we were talking to Larry Bell right before the race started. He was asking where to run. I thought the middle groove would be the one to run, to be honest. That's going to be your safest bet, I think.
I think so as well. As Edstrom just took top of the board now away from championship contender Stephen T. Johnson. So new face at the top of the ladder, excuse me.
Yeah, not by much though, Tanner. If you look at those times, I mean, SDK,
right on top of each other.
Well, SDK on their screen, they're seeing 36.8 for both drivers. But for me, what I see is Austin Edstrom got a 30.68 and a 30.69 for Stephen T. Johnson. So they are very, very close to each other right now. Dalton top 5 right now, 30.76. A lot of close times here as well. Everybody's within pretty much a tenth or two of each other right now, except for the bottom 4, it looks like.
Really, really strong competitive field. That's what we see here time in, time out on these Sunday night Blazing Pedal leagues. As it's sad tonight's the final night of the season, right? We have an off season coming upon us, but I know we'll be back at it next season, but we still can't skip ahead because we do have a champion to crown for this season. It's been a long road to get here, but it's been fun.
Well, we got an off season coming up, but that doesn't mean the racing's stopping, right? You maybe want to let people in on what you got going on.
So Sunday night, starting December 3rd for the off season, as Jammey Walker comes out on track here. Blazing Pedals Winter Series is what we're calling it. We're going Gen 4 old school NASCAR racing here on True Sim Productions, brought to you by Blazing Pedals, of course. So that's going to be live here each and every Sunday, same channel, same time. So that's something to look forward to during the winter months for sure.
Yeah, it's not going to be nothing like we do throughout the year. It's just going to be a quick little 10 race season, right? Nothing huge,
yep.
Just
nothing major, but still a little bit of money on the line, about $200, $300 on the line actually. So there's going to be some stuff to race for besides just pride, but it's still going to be more fun, a little bit more loose, but still blazing pedals.
And it's going to be interesting too, because it might kind of sway the vote, because we might change cars for next season, and I saw the Gen 4s on that list.
I did see that. I did indeed see that. Let's see where Walker goes Was that his first lap around?
That was his first lap. He's on his second lap right now.
So first lap around slotted him 18th. Going to have to get a little quicker than that. But like you said, there's been a lot of weeks that he purposely qualifies towards the back, right? He enjoys starting near the back. It helps him out throughout the race. We may be seeing the product of that right now, actually.
Second place.
I lied.
Yeah, he's putting it all out on the table. Remember, Tanner, Jammey Walker, always the bridesmaid, never the bride when it comes to the championships here in Blazing Pedals. He's made it in the Final Four almost every year, but has not come home with a championship just yet.
It's been a storyline. I think Jammey Walker's been, quote-unquote, the favorite season in, season out. Can he finally put it all together, computer issues aside, all that, put it together and take home that championship tonight?
Looks like we got 3 drivers out on track that are qualifying right now. Mike Hamlin, Mark Arthur, Kobe Sutphin. Let's see what Mike Hamlin does here. Now, everybody's going up to that top line, man. I might have been, might have been wrong here with this whole which line to run thing. Maybe the top is going to be the dominant line.
I think Stephen T. Johnson, man, showed them boys something right there, because they all went to the top shelf after Johnson went out.
About 30 seconds left to go here in qualifying before we get this championship race underway. Going to be a little bit longer of one. 175 laps here tonight, ladies and gentlemen, so it is going to be a long one. Tanner said fuel's going to be about 25 laps. We'll say between 20 and 30 laps, depending on how much people are going to want to save. You only get 4 sets of tires, too. I don't know, man. This is going to be wild to watch. You got Jammey Walker second, Steven Johnson third, Taylor Butcher Benjamin in 8th, Bryan Dees in 11th. That's where your championship force sits in qualifying right now. Let's see here. So we see the drivers starting to roll their cars out onto the grid. You know what time it is. For the final time this season, let's go through that grid. Starting on the pole here tonight is going to be the number 87 of Austin Edge from Jammey Walker, championship contender, starting in second. Another championship contender, Steven Johnson, starting in third. Old Samuel Party Boy Lawson starting in fourth. Dustin Payton going to be rolling off in fifth, with Mark Arthur to his outside in sixth. Chris Berg is going to be starting in seventh. Dalton Kilroy rolling off P8. Taylor Butcher Benjamin, the third championship contender, starting in ninth. Ty Morosco's teammate going to be outside in 10th. Brad Collins going to be starting in 11th, with Bryan Dees, the fourth and final championship contender, rolling off P12. Moving on down, we got Derek Paulson starting in 13th, with Kyle Wildman Wellman rolling off P14. Starting in 15th position is going to be Rick Thompson. Larry Beldo's outside in 16th. 17th is going to be Aaron Bockover, with Paul Ellison starting in 18th. 19th is going to be Corey Rutherford, with Mike Hamlin to his outside in 20th. 21st is going to be Corey Sherman. 22nd, going to be Jason Bauer. 23rd, Kobe Sutphin. 24th, Joshua Rutherford. Fred Thompson rolling off 25th. And shotgun on the field tonight, Mike Massengill in the number 20, starting 26th. See, Chris Laguz out in chat says he's going for Jammey Walker. Field starts to roll off. I believe we're going to get 1 lap till green, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 1 lap to green. So next time around, we're going to be getting the green flag here at Chicagoland.
It's no more thinking and talking about it, right? It's time to actually get to it and do it now. I'm sorry I went silent for a little bit. I may or may not have spilled a monster here. So
you and your monster, I tell you what.
Just excitement, man. Can't contain the excitement.
You're going to be buried with one of those things.
Good Lord willing. Good Lord willing. Before we get going here, I want to send a huge shout out to Miss Lori, Miss Connie out in chat as well. I know they're out there. And I saw Amanda out there, Chris Lagoo, like you said. So shout out to the ones that's been here with us every Sunday we've been here. Appreciate you for that so much. As there's one more time. This is it.
Yeah, this is it. It's all come down to this. 2 championship drivers within the top 5. Other 2 are slightly outside of the top 5, but 175 laps is a long way to go, man. But it's time, ladies and gentlemen. 26 drivers, 175 laps. It's the Blazing Pedals Xfinity Series here at Chicagoland. It's time to get it on for the championship. Green flag is in the air, and we're racing. Stephen T actually got a really good launch right there. He's going to push Edstrom down into 1 and 2. Jamie, what does he do? He's going to go down to the middle here. Just wondering if maybe someone was going to jump up to the high side. Steven looks like he might try to do it here in 3 and 4. I don't know. We're going to have to keep an eye on him. They're 3-4 wide almost in the back here, Tanner.
That's one thing I love about Chicagoland. So many lanes to run. We watched it qualify, and you really see it now. Guys are basically going anywhere the guy in front of them is not. So seeing them really fan out, but just got to be careful. One small mistake like that, when you're in a procedure like that, and you can have a pretty big one.
Almost a little contact between Mark Arthur and Sam Lawson. Sam looks like he kind of cleared himself on Mark's nose right there. Mark gave him a shot going down through the tri-oval. Mark's got a good run here on the outside. Mark currently in 6th position. He goes up to the top side of the racetrack, and look at that, Steven Johnson already running up next to the outside wall, but Austin Edstrom running the bottom.
As it was heartbreak for Mark Arthur, the 12 car 2 weeks ago. Looked to be in the championship hunt and ultimately was involved in a wreck with another driver out here, so it ended his chances, but he's still out here looking for race wins as we're looking at Jammey Walker and Stephen T, both championship contenders here. Jamie just does not want to let that 2 car ever get away from him tonight. Yeah, it's a long race, but if you can stay with him all night, you have a chance if you're both at the front.
And Jamie's got a good run here on the bottom side of the racetrack. What I noticed what he did last time by was he ran the top line there in 1 and 2, but ran the bottom in 3 and 4. I'm going to say it. I know people don't like it, but almost like a dirt line. He's trying to keep that momentum up in one corner and trying to make the pass happen in the next. Last time by it was Mark Arthur, fastest lap so far, 30.83. And there you go, Jammey Walker going back down to the bottom here, trying to make a pass on Steven Johnson. They're both slightly catching that number 87 of Austin Edstrom.
Austin Edstrom, a newcomer to the series. He's been strong each and every week. He's got him a race win, I know. Was in a photo finish with none other than Jammey Walker as well. So Edstrom's been bad fast. He would be a contender as well, I'm sure, if he was here all season long. But here, Stephen T to the outside for the race lead.
Great run for Johnson down the back straightaway. Looking for the race lead here on lap number 5, coming to take lap 6. We still got a long way to go. 170 laps to go at the line. Battle for the lead right now. Steven Johnson had it that time by. How about this, Tanner? Dustin Payne out of nowhere. He's already up 3 spots since the start of this race. Started back there in 5th position, now up to 2nd.
Dustin Payne has went to the high side. I've been watching the 81. He is making the high side work, and it looks like everybody else has went up there, but now he goes down low. It looked like Austin Edstrom was the lone rider on the low side in the top 5. But you see these guys, they're still early in this race. They're still kind of searching. They're seeing what lane they really want to run out here and what lane's going to be fast and what allows them to save tires. That's what you got to think right now. You got to play chess right now.
That's the thing. You really don't want to abuse your equipment too much just yet, right? Long way to go. I mean, yeah, you want to get out there. You want to lead laps. You want to kind of control this race. However, you really don't want to abuse that right rear tire. And I think that might be what Steven Johnson's doing up on that top lane. He wiggles right there coming out of turn number 2. Loses the lead to the number 81 of Dustin Payne.
It's Terry Foster out in the chat, another TSP brother. He put out there, Jammey Walker actually won this race last time we were here earlier in the season. So 88's going to be bad fast for certain. It's all 81 right now, though.
I think he's just, I think he's just being patient right now because he's had the opportunity to make a pass on Steven Johnson as he goes for another one right here, but I think that's all he's doing. He's just being patient, just kind of riding right now. I don't think he's really trying to get to the front. I mean, there's still, obviously, there's way too many laps to go right now to be pushing it too hard. But, I mean, look who's coming into the picture now. Mark Arthur. He started back in 6th, and he's running the top side of the racetrack. Not something I would expect to see that number 12 doing.
And not only is he running the top side, he is actually up there, actually a lane above where we saw Pink and Stephen T. He's got that right rear fender up, almost kissing the wall on exit. Takes a lot of focus right here and a lot of determination to get up there and ride that wall like that.
Well, for
very impressive.
How loose everybody was saying this car gets here, right? I mean, one slip up, you're in that outside wall, and especially with here on iRacing, we know you get into that outside wall, you're just stuck in it. It's hard to get it back
just take
off.
the wheel practically. It's
Pretty
you
much.
don't know what's really going to happen.
Well, right now, your race leader is Dustin Ping. He's got about a 2/10, 3/10 gap over Steven Johnson. But, you know, here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen. Johnson, all he needs to worry about is finishing in front of that 88 and the other 2 championship contenders, which we'll get an eye on them here shortly. But he doesn't necessarily have to win the race. He just has to finish in front of Jammey, Taylor, and Bryan. So I don't think he's really trying too hard to win the race. He's more worried about that money, worried about that trophy.
I agree. That's a beautiful thing about this format. It comes down to this. It comes down to one race, yes, but it's only 4 drivers that have worked their tail off to get here, right? And now, basically, they're just racing against each other. Yes, there's other cars out there, but you can't really worry about them. You got to focus on the competition tonight. And who's your competition? 3 other drivers.
Speaking of which, get an update on the other 2 championship contenders. They're kind of fighting their way through traffic right now, but they are nose to tail. Bryan Dees started in 12th, currently in the 9th position. He's got his teammate Taylor Butcher Benjamin right behind him in 10th. Now, Taylor's actually dropped a position since we started tonight. Running 9th and 10th right now. They're still on.
That is what's cool about those two, 11 and 7, the 17 and the 10 car, both teammates out of the MFRD stable. So it's a 2 on 1 basically. You know, like you got 2 teammates battling for the championship here to bring it into the MFRD party. So it's interesting to see they are nose to tail, maybe trying to work together to make their way up through the field.
This is something I always like to do here, Tanner. We're on board with Bryan Dees right now. Look at the concentration. I don't call him the soul stealer for no reason. Look at that.
No blinking, no nothing.
Literally, no, I swear he doesn't blink the whole race.
Laser focus right there is number 17. That Marvel machine. Beautiful car by none other than Michael Fogg, MF Racing Designs.
Go ahead and see if we can't go right on board with Steven Johnson as well real quick, because they actually got him on in-car as well now. Again, laser focus.
What a lot of people don't know, our viewers know, you've showed it to them, but Steven, he might be laser focused, but you may see a kid pop up into the picture every now and then that he has to attend to. So Steven's very good at multitasking.
I have seen his little boy walking around a couple of times.
Right.
Probably just likes to watch his dad race, you know?
The funniest thing ever is being at Martinsville and you hear, well, my little boy just shifted it down to 2nd. That's pretty wild to hear that.
Looking off the back left of Stephen T. Johnson. You see Jammey Walker still trying to make that pass happen on the bottom. They're side by side coming off of turn number 4. Jammey just can't make that pass work, man. I don't think he can get the throttle down enough running that bottom groove there coming out of 3 and 4. I think the tires are really starting to come into play already. We're 16 laps in, man, and we've heard it from Mark a few times. If you don't save your tires within the first 10 laps at a lot of these racetracks, man, you're going to be hurting the next 10, 20 laps.
I agree. It's no secret. Mark helps me every single week, right? He helps me out on these bigger tracks just because I just don't have the confidence at a bigger track like this. So he does. He preaches that to me weekly. The first 10, 12 laps are the most important laps out of a stint.
And Jamie's going to the bottom here in 1 and 2, kind of changing up his line just a little bit. See if he can't get the power down and maybe get a run on Steven Johnson. But Johnson has that momentum up on the top groove and just pulls on him. And Jamie's going to fall back in line. Let's see if Jammey runs back up to the top side. He does. So just trying to build that momentum right now and try and make that pass happen. As we're on lap 17 of 175, I'd say start looking for drivers to come down in about 10 or so laps.
They're knocking on the door to pit road here. So it looks like it could be the possibility the green flag stops, knock on wood so we don't jinx that, right? But I believe the 88's just kind of hounding the 2 right now. And as a driver, you're a driver most days out of the week too, right? It starts getting a little frustrating when you keep trying to go underneath the guy, make that pass, and can never get the momentum down. 88 may be trying to force a mistake out of 2, and the 2 may just be riding, saving a little bit here, keeping the 88 kind of pinned down there, ball and chain light.
I think they need to figure it out a little bit, though, because Dustin Payne's starting to pull away. Well, Edstrom's there ready to race, but yeah, Dustin Payne's starting to pull on him just a little bit as well. About 3/10, so not too much right now, but if they keep battling like this, he's just going to kind of ride off into the sunset. As we saw when they go into 3 and 4 when we were riding on board there with Steven Johnson, sun is affecting these drivers right now.
Very, very bright. It absolutely is a nuisance when you're out there on the track until the lights start to come on here.
Walker's going to send it all the way down onto the apron. He's trying to make that pass, man. He got loose as soon as he made that transition back up onto the racetrack, but as you said, here comes Edstrom back again.
As a fellow racer, I thought for a while the 88 was just kind of just applying a little bit of pressure, but I truly think now he is trying to make the pass because he is taking that risk of going down there to the apron. You said he got loose on the transition. Well, yeah, they got to start worrying about that mirror now because the 87 at Edstrom's coming too.
Looks like Mark might have burned his stuff up a little bit, Tanner. He's kind of fallen back to about 7th. Tyler Roscoe making a move around Mark there on the high side. Now, Ty started back in 10th. He's already up to 6th position. And we know how dejected Ty was a couple races ago, man. He was so close to getting himself locked into the Final 4, but just came up a little bit short. Caution flew, and in a way he didn't want. We all heard it. But he's still out here proving he should have probably been in that championship 4.
He's been in strong form all season long with the 1 car. He's a tough competitor. He races you hard, but he does race you clean. That's one thing I love about Ty.
Still hunting for that first Blazing Pedals win,
I was
too.
shocked when I heard that. I mentioned this on Race Chatter last night. I was absolutely shocked.
Well, you know, let's give credit where credit's due. He did win the class 2 years ago. And the only reason I know that is because I pushed him to the win.
LOL. Hashtag humble brag, folks.
But, I mean, he's still adamantly says it. Hasn't won a points-paying race. Sure, he won the class, but still has not won a points-paying race. And, Tanner, you won Richmond this year. You know how good it feels to win one of these races.
With the season I've had, and it's no secret, I've had no fun this season. It was like weight lifted off my shoulders because I do love this league. I love what we do each and every week. I've had just personal stuff going on where I just have not had fun personally. Nothing to do with the league, right? So, yeah, it was awesome, and it was a weight lifted off my shoulders. It was an amazing, amazing feeling.
So let's go ahead and give you an update on our championship contenders. Johnson just lost the spot to Austin Edstrom, so he's now fallen back to 3rd. Walker's still behind him in 4th. Dees is up 5 spots since the start of this race, running in 7th. But the one that I'm actually kind of shocked to see, Heather Benjamin has dropped 4 spots already, Tanner. He's back at 13th.
It makes me wonder if a driver like Taylor, a driver like who said Mark falling back a little bit, are they saving fuel here? Are they trying to stretch out the fuel a little bit longer, go a little bit further than the competition?
Look at that, Wellman, no paint scheme, no banner.
I don't understand him, dude.
That typical wild man, I tell you what. You know what? No, we're going to give him crap.
Oh, wild man.
Where's the rear chase? Look at that. What is this, Wellman? You ain't got no paint scheme. That could be on our end, though. We're just kind of messing with them at this point, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm going to totally blame him. Hey, that's a cool shot here provided to you on True Sim Productions. Sam, I'm telling you, folks, we're going to miss Sam, although he's not going anywhere. He's just not broadcasting Sundays. This man puts in a lot of time and effort here for TSP. So, Sam, I don't know if I've told you on the air, but thank you for the stuff you do for TSP. As we started this train, I guess over a year now, man. It's been a ride of up and downs, but it's been really fun.
And we're still close to that 500 subscriber mark, ladies and gentlemen. So if you haven't yet, tell your friends, tell your family. You know, there's no racing going on through the winter, real life stuff. So you're going to get great racing here on True Sim Productions every week. Might be every day, it might not be, but there's still going to be races. Pit stop starting.
Pit road is hot now. We have Ping and Johnson coming down. As I heard a little bit of chatter as they were talking about pitting, but I did not expect them to come that time by. So pit road's hot now. That breaks the ice for everybody else as well.
So the thing is what are you going to do here? Are you going to take 4 fresh tires? I mean, they're going to have to double stint, I think, at least twice tonight, if I had to guess.
They extended this race. I don't know how many laps, Sam. What was it, 20, 25 laps? So it's a little bit longer race than what we did prior in the year. So the strategy used earlier in the year, we'll throw that out because it's a different type of race now. It's a little bit longer. I think, going back to your original point, you almost have to double stint this first set. And what that means, folks, no tires. Whatever tires you came in with, that's the tires you leave with.
Look at this group of cars coming down pit road. Yeah, I was just going to say, this is about 10, 15 cars almost here, all coming down pit road at the same time. But I wanted to point out that Jammey Walker, something going on with Jamie. He's super slow right now.
Oh, no. 88 off the pace.
I don't know. He kind of let Dalton go, and Berg got around. He was leading before he came down pit road. I hope everything's good with Jamie. We know he was having some issues there earlier in the year. Hopefully he got them rectified for the championship race.
He's back on pit road now, isn't he?
Yeah, well, he's on pit. He hasn't made his pit stop yet. This is his first pit stop. But he was leading when he crossed the line when we were watching that gaggle come down pit road. Right. He was slow on the apron. As you know, normally you come off turn 4, you come down and hit pit road that way. He was on the apron through the center of 3 and 4. So
wow.
I'm wondering if he maybe ran out of fuel.
Oh, I think you actually hit the nail on the head. I think he may have stretched that 88 machine, ran it dry in the fuel cell.
Dalton Kilroy's coming off pit road right now. We know Captain Save Fuel, he's going to try going longer than anybody else, which he did. 28 laps for the number 41. Austin Edstrom pit on lap 20 or 27. Steven Johnson only did about 26. And somebody else who's up here in the top 10 now is this number 76 of Rick Thompson. Now, I know he's not hunting for a championship, but Tanner, he put up one heck of a battle through all the rounds of the playoffs this year. I mean, he was trying his heart out, almost made it to the round of 8, I believe, if I'm not mistaken.
Round of 4. No, he was in the round of 8.
Okay, so yeah, he almost made it to the 4.
We were busting on Rick every Saturday on Race Chatter. It was a running gag, right? And he just kept proving us wrong. 76 has been a driver to watch, not only the playoffs, all races.
He's got a new paint scheme going on there, too. I don't know. Maybe he's looking for a spot. I don't see Southern Shores Realty on there. Southern Shores Realty. Make sure you guys go ahead and...
there's a reason for that. We heard they don't want to be promoted.
They don't want to be promoted, huh?
They do not want to be promoted. We'll talk about it off air, yeah.
All right.
We found that out Race Chatter in the middle of the show last night.
Interesting. Very interesting. See someone saying out in chat that I'm not as loud and as clear as you. So I don't know if maybe my mic was too far away from my face. It's very possible.
You sound great coming to me.
I have you cranked up pretty loud, so we'll see if we can't get that rectified. Connie, just keep us in the loop there. So as I say, I don't think it's my end here. Might be though. Never know. Gotta love audio. It's great. Can't hear it.
Getting reports from people in the chat here. Jammey Walker sped on pit entry. He got a black flag.
Oh my, yeah, he did. You're absolutely right. It looked like he came in a little hot there, but I didn't want to say anything and kind of, give him the broadcaster's curse. But yeah, he definitely did. There it is right here. Let's go back and take a look. Got a black flag. Here he comes down pit road. I mean, it looks smooth. But,
he looked fine there. He looked good there.
Yeah, but no, because if we got it right here, that's him clearing his black flag. So it was a hold penalty. So problem starting early for Jammey Walker. Currently 1 lap down, sitting back in 25th position.
Man, oh man.
Well, we know a couple people wanted to see that. How about it? Steven Johnson and Bryan Dees battling for second place right now.
Bryan Dees has been looked at as the underdog all playoffs long, he said, on Race Chatter. Well, he's proven he is not no underdog. He's proven he deserves to be here. I told him that last night. He deserves to be here. And he's putting a stamp on that statement right now.
I mean, he's no slouch, right? I mean,
Absolutely
Dees is
not.
fast. I mean, he's earned his spot in the Final Four. He's done the practice here at Chicagoland. I mean, we talked to him last week at Texas, Tanner. The man said he did 300 laps of practice just to try and make it into the Final Four. So, I mean, here he is, started back there in 12th position, sitting here in 3rd. He's got something to prove, and he's proven it. You're getting called out in chat, Tanner. You got
I got a bigger mouth. Yikes. Lola. Now I'm going to call you Lola every time. That hurt my feelings.
Ooh, Dee's got a little loose there coming off turn number 2. Battling Steven Johnson pretty hard right now. Again, this is allowing Austin to get out there. But they're not worried about that. I mean, everybody wants to win. We know that. But right now, these two, all they're focused on is that championship trophy. Side by side here down to the tri-oval here on lap 37. Remember, everybody pit around we'll say around lap 27. So start to look for everybody to come back down pit road around lap 47, providing we don't get a caution before then.
You know, typically saying by this point, 37 laps in, everybody's normally spread out, right? Everybody's kind of in their own little 2-3 car cluster. It looks like the field's still pretty close together here. You got a good five car pack right here.
Bryan Dees loose off of turn number 4, down through the grass. Oh. Can he hang on to it? He does. Great job. Oh, I think him and Johnson make contact. Let's go back and take a look. Oh, Dees gets wicked loose. Oh, they did make contact.
Ooh.
Dees hits the apron right there, and I think he gets loose and just comes up the track trying to catch it. They make contact right there. I don't think Johnson was even expecting that, but I mean, great save from Dees, man. He goes down through the grass, leaving marks and everything.
That's a championship save right there.
That is, and you know what he's thinking right now down there in TeamSpeak. He's probably saying some bad words, but I mean, great save. That's all we can really say. Great save right now. Austin Edstrom is leading the way, ladies and gentlemen. We're coming to take a lap number 40. We're going to take our first commercial break of the evening. Don't go anywhere. Be right back.
Put the power of Southern Shores Realty to work for you. With over 30 professionals in sales and rental management, Southern Shores Realty and I will get the job done right. I'm Rick Thompson, your Outer Banks real estate expert.
Call 261-2000.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic, real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over 400 $1,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
What's up, everybody? We're taking a break in this exciting race to tell you a little bit about Savage Edge. You can go to our link here, www.savageedge.com, or our Facebook here. So we're about to tell you a little bit what Savage Edge does. Have you ever wanted to put your face on a t-shirt or maybe your iRacing car? Well, we can do that for you at Savage Edge. Take a look at our direct-to-garment printer. Did you just get excited about what you can see on a t-shirt? Well, we got more for you. What about embroidered hats? Everybody loves a good hat. Look at this. We also do beanies that double as kitten holders. There's also so much more we can do here at Savage Edge. Vinyl graphics, coffee mugs, koozies. We basically can put your name on anything. So go to savageedge.com and check out our Facebook. Now back to the race.
All right, we're back live here on True Sim Productions on lap 48 of 175. So start looking for those next round of green flag pit stops to start. Taking a look at Ty Morosco running in third right now. Teammate Bryan Dees, after making contact with Steven Johnson, fell back to fourth after he took a little ride through the grass. I think he just wanted to go off-roading for a little bit there.
I think so too. Pretty impressive to go off in the grass like that and still remain inside the top 5.
He's hanging on tough for sure. So the question is when are we going to see these guys start coming down pit road? Because Ty and Bryan both pit at the same time. A lot of cars up here in the front. How about Paul Ellison? Haven't talked about him all night long. He's up 13 positions since the start of this race. Started back there in 18th. That number 55, CJR Graphics Ford Mustang, he's making some moves up here now, up inside the top 5.
Ooh, Ty Morosco to the outside wall.
He got a piece of that wall right there, just a little bit. No contact or no X's though, so I don't know if we can get a good camera on that or not. It looks like it didn't hurt the car too much. A little crinkle there, but nothing too bad. I think he'll be all right. Lap 51. These guys are really stretching it. Like I said,
I don't do math very well. They went on what, lap 27?
27, but if they can do it, well, I guess they could do about. So we're probably looking at about lap 57. If they can do about roughly 20 to 30 laps. So we're probably looking here in the next, I'd say 5 to 6 laps.
We're knocking on the door for some of them that pit a little earlier. The extra move got a little loose there. So the car looks to be getting a little loose, as it looks like a lot of drivers elected to take no tires. So they're really starting to feel the effects of the tires. But Paul Ellison, like you mentioned, up to P5, he did take tires. He took tires, so he's putting them new tires to work and putting them to good use.
He wasn't the only driver to take tires, was he? Him, and it looks like maybe Corey Rutherford, unless he took... no, he was on pit road for a minute there. Might have been a little damage. He's way loose coming out of turn number 2 right there. But he had a 10.8 pit stop, so I'm wondering if maybe he took right sides or something, maybe just trying something different, but he's running back in 18th. He's the only other driver I see that has a high pit stop time besides Mike Massengill here in 21st. I think Massengill took 4 freshies as well.
the Shermanator. Corey Sherman's down pit road, coming off pit road. I see with my flashing SDK. So pit stops are coming.
Such a shame for Jammey Walker, man. He is like, he's at full, like, 100% mode right now. Remember, we were talking about it earlier. You're kind of riding, you're just kind of managing your equipment. That one penalty, man, I mean, it just set him back. Now he's full 110%.
Well, think about it. That's like 32 races got thrown. Maybe, I'm gonna say down the drain for now, right? That's because as a driver, it's how you feel when you get that penalty, and it all comes down to one night. You got to have a flawless night, and he's put himself behind the 8 ball, has the 88. So he's definitely got a mountain to climb.
Remember Kansas? He had some issues there, and he fought back and won the thing. Because he had an extra set of tires at the end. So could he be in that mode right now? All right, let me just go ahead and run. I'm going to run as hard as I can without burning my stuff up, but I'm also going to try and save a set of tires, because if I do get that caution at the end of the race, I'm going to have the freshest set, and I'm going to be able to fly through the field.
I think that's the smart route to take right now, to basically regroup and resettle back in and get back at it.
Well, we got Austin Edstrom on pit road, Ty Morosco. Steven Johnson came down on lap 53. Here comes Bryan Dees. He's bringing Sam Lawson and looks like Derek Paulson with him.
So another busy pit road.
That hands the lead over to Dalton Kilrow. Captain Save Fuel. Now, Mark pit on lap 26. But he kind of fell back there on that last run. Wondering if maybe Mark's trying to save a little bit of fuel.
He's been known to stretch out the fuel a little bit longer. The 12 and the 41 of Mark and Dalton Kilrow, they're both going to get the most they can out of the fuel they're provided.
Well, as I say that, here comes the 12 down pit road, but Dalton stays out another lap. So Dalton's pushing it here. If he goes one more lap, he's been out there for 30 laps. He might be trying to cut out a whole stop. I mean, it's long enough. If you got a double stint tires, you might as well try it. I mean, you're not racing for a championship. You're just going for another win.
You can see Rick Thompson right there on the back bumper going to the high side. Looks like Dalton might be coming down this time by.
That he is. Oh, look, oh, little sideways there. Save it. Down on pit road, I don't think you got a speeding penalty. No, everything looks clean and clear for the 41. So that's going to hand the race lead over to the 66 of Chris Berg, who has also been out there for about 30 laps. He last pit on lap 28. So you see, I think everybody all took their first set of tires now, Tanner. They're flying. Feel like Superman out there on that fresh rubber.
I always say every time we come out, when we first take our very first set of tires, I'm in a race car again, because the car feels pristine, it feels fast, but right now you got to be careful, because like you said, still a lot of laps left. You can really still not afford to abuse your equipment right now. You got to kind of consider steel.
So how about this? Now with Chris Berg just hitting pit road, that's going to hand the lead over to Rick Thompson in the 76. And he pit on lap 47. Him and Brad Collins. So Speed Mafia's got a different strategy compared to everybody right now.
Trying to short pit the field. They're getting off sequence here.
I mean, it worked so far.
It has indeed.
Brad Collins is running third and Rick Thompson running first. So it's working so far, but how's it going to play out in the long run? I mean, we still got over 100 laps to go in this thing. What do we got? 117 laps to go. I don't know, man. They might be banking on a late race caution or something, too.
As Terry Foster asked in the chat, did the 55 take tires on the first stop? He did indeed. It allowed him to get up there and he'll take some very valuable track position. Now he's trying to battle here. Ooh, may kiss the wall with it right there.
I mean, he took tires this stop, too, Tanner. But
he's willing and dealing then.
I was going to say, he about kissed that wall.
Look at that shot. That was a beautiful shot.
I honestly, you know, I hate to say this, but I always wish we at least get one caution, because I like to do a crank it up for everybody, right? And it wouldn't be a championship race unless we did a crank it up. So hopefully it don't get too spread out and we can do a crank it up. But if we get a caution, we're definitely doing one. So currently right now, ladies and gentlemen, Rick Thompson in number 76 is your race leader. Steven Johnson running in second. Steven is leading the championship crowd right now because the next one back is Bryan Dees running in sixth. Then Taylor Butcher Benjamin currently in 10th. He's trying to fight his way around Party Boy Lawson right now. And then unfortunately, Jammey Walker still one lap down back in 24th.
I love how Sam Lawson came to us. We knew him as the governor, and Race Chatter just adapted him a new nickname with Party Boy.
It was his own fault.
It was. What do you like to do, Sam? I just like to party.
Well, yeah, I think you guys asked him the specific question was, so what do you like to do besides sim racing? Well, I like to party. I mean,
I just like to party.
Well, it was a typical, it sounded like a Talladega Nights answer, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, so, hey, you know, Party Boy Lawson running in 10th. So let's see, lap 63 of 175. So Johnson's been out there for about 10 laps. He just got around Rick Thompson. So, I mean, Thompson's got the track position right now. Whether the short pitting's the way to go or not, he's still up there right now. And if this thing goes green, he's sitting in a good spot. But how's he looking on fuel for the rest of the race?
So looking through SDK when it's blinking at me, he's about, him and Brad Collins, they pit about 7 laps before a majority of the guys out here. So they're going to have 7 laps less of fuel, obviously, and 7 more laps on their tires when the leaders do catch them. That's why we're seeing Johnson actually get up there and make the pass on the 76. But still, a ballsy move kind of paid off in the early run here because it got him that valuable track position.
Something happened to Austin Edstrom, man. He was leading the way here. Had a pretty good lead, too, before that cycle of pit stops. He pit on lap 54. The race control program showed me a 2X. Let's go back and see what happened to the 87.
It's also looking like he had a very slow pit stop. Oh, yeah, we're seeing it right here. That's why.
That explains a lot of it right there.
He had about an 8-second longer pit stop.
Ooh, almost.
Tom Roscoe almost got involved.
Oh, Wellman, what are you doing?
Wildman coming in hot like always.
Oh, man, Wellman.
Coming in hot. Like, I wish we could have got on board of that. Because
I'm actually going to try to get one. Give me 1 second here.
Folks, if y'all ever wondered why Kyle Wellman's called the Wild Man, well, just open your eyes and listen, because you're about to find out.
Let's see here. Let's see if I can get on board here with Wellman. Yes, I can.
Oh, yeah. I'm just going to lay out. This is why he's called the Wild Man.
All right, so we're coming down pit road. Oh, he got loose on entry, too. Oh, there it is. Oh, hit the wall.
Can you imagine him down in TeamSpeak right now? I can only imagine what he's saying.
We know how Wellman is. I'm sure he had a few choice words.
Absolutely.
I'm sure Ty had a few choice words as well, because Ty almost ran into him, because, I mean, Austin about backed up into Ty, and then he about drove forward into Wellman.
So we don't talk about it a lot, but green flag pit stops are the hardest portion of the race. I don't care what anybody says. It's the hardest portion of the race because you got to get everything you can. You can't leave anything on the table. But if you try to kind of cheat it a little bit, like we saw Jammey Walker get a black flag. So to be coming down pit road, all that going on, and then you see a guy sideways, pretty scary.
Well, see, that's the thing too, right? I mean, this is one of the, I consider this a Premier League, right? And we see a lot of green flag runs in this league. You watch other leagues, man, they have cautions. I don't want to say all the time. I'm not trying to talk smack on them, but they have more cautions than we do, right? So a lot of guys are not really used to having to do this many green flag pit stops. They're used to just pitting under caution.
That's a skill in and of itself, by far.
Lap 69 of 175. Still got 107 laps to go. It's been green flag since the initial start of the race. Steven Johnson, currently your race leader. Still running that top side, Tanner. I'm being proven wrong tonight.
Looks to be like the championship favorite and maybe, just maybe, the race winning favorite as well, because the 2 was fast in qualifying, and he's fast in the race here, opened it up to almost over 2 seconds of a lead over Tom Roscoe.
We go on board here with Tom Roscoe. And Steven Johnson is just a dot in the distance right now. But if you look,
he sees him up there, but man, oh man, he can't reach out and grab him yet. He can't touch him.
Yeah, but if you look at Ty, he's almost running about half of a car width down from the wall. Let's go on board with Johnson here, kind of go on the rear roof cam. I mean, he's here working that throttle, man. He is really working that throttle. and he is right up against that outside wall compared to where Ty Morosco is. Ty's just, I think he's babying it right now, to be honest.
Steven's up there so high, like you mentioned earlier, just one lapse of focus and boom, you're in the wall. As Ty goes down to the bottom side.
Well, so does Steven. Steven went down to the bottom there too. I think Ty kind of followed him.
You see what I'm seeing too, Sam? The lights just came on. It's starting to get dark.
Well,
this track's going to change.
Well, maybe that's the thing then. Maybe they were running up top while the sun was out, and now that the track's starting to tighten up a little bit, let's see if I can bring your weather up again. I know track time's 81 degrees, so the track actually got hotter from qualifying.
Wow.
I think, you know what I think Johnson's doing? I think he's just trying to feel it out right now. He's got a big enough gap. He can kind of see, okay, where am I the fastest? Do I need to run the top both ends? Or can I kind of conserve my race car and run the bottom in one end of the racetrack? As you see here, he goes back up to the top side in 3 and 4.
He's a pilot, so you know he's thinking methodically here. He is definitely taking some mental notes on the track conditions right now and on where he feels the most comfortable.
As you mentioned, he is a pilot, and actually was in Discord the one day, Tanner. You remember that? He was live streaming himself in an airplane about 10,000 feet off the ground. Yeah.
We were all just in there talking, and he goes live. I'm like, dude, are you driving a freaking airplane? He's like, well, I'm flying one. I'm like, wow. It was like my first into like, you're driving a freaking airplane, dude? What? It was awesome.
He's like, oh yeah, check it out. Puts the phone out the window. You know, we're looking. It's like 13,000 feet up in the air. No big deal. You know, I'm just in Discord, hanging out with the boys. You know,
right?
Flying
just talking racing.
Yeah,
talking racing. As he goes all the way down, he was painting that white line right then, Sam, on the corner entry in the center of the corner.
That's what I'm saying, man. I think he's just he's got a 2-second lead right now over actually Derek Paulson. So Derek Paulson up 11 spots at the start of this race, currently in second. But don't look now, Tanner. Bryan Dees back up to third.
So still, he's right there. So something may happen to Morosco to allow the 6 and the 17 to get by him there.
Yeah, I think.
We catch a smile on Dees. Dees is smiling right there.
Oh, I think they're joking around down there in their team speak.
Probably. But it's nice to see a smile. We saw some type of emotion from the So Stealer.
Yeah, but still hasn't blinked though.
Oh, yeah, he's not going to blink. We know that.
Look at him tilting his head. Look, he's tilting his head right
there. He goes along with the G-forces. That's awesome. I didn't notice that. That's cool. Bryan Dees, a hell of a guy. If you didn't, check out Race Chatter from last night here on True Sim Productions. Awesome show with Bryan Dees and the Maple Leaf Muscle, Jason Day.
So how about this? Speed Mafia is on pit road once again. Rick Thompson and Brad Collins. So we know about 7 more laps. We're going to be seeing everybody else come down pit road. They're pretty much starting the trend here tonight.
I like this call by them guys, by the way, because they were running about 7th to about 13th there, right? So the first run, you can tell you're not as fast as the leaders. Well, guess what? You don't want to stay on the same cycle as them leaders. Try something different, and that's exactly what they're doing. They're putting the ball back in their court.
Why not, right? I mean, it's the last race of the year. You're not really running for too many points. I mean, you're still running for, you know, you could gain a couple of spots in the points, maybe win a few extra bucks, but you want to get that win more than anything. We know a lot of guys in this league, man, not that they don't care about the championship contenders, they 100% care, but they still want to win this race. So they're going to race them as if they don't have that yellow banner on their car.
Just hearing from race control, Corey Sherman, too fast entering on pit road.
Actually, I think we might have caught that when Rick and them were coming down pit road. Let's see here. Got a black flag. Let's see what happened to Corey.
Once again, we're seeing them get loose, trying to get everything they can out of the car, Sam. They come in that transition. Car gets light, gets loose.
That's just it. That suspension just, you know, it basically unloads. Like you said, it hits that transition, unloads itself, and they could have a lot of rear brake bias in the car too. I mean, if they're getting tight up on that top side, they're going to put some rear brake bias in it to help get that car to rotate on entry.
Absolutely. A lot of folks think on these bigger tracks, they just go out here, lift and turn left. Now they're working them pedals inside that cockpit. They're using the brake out here and everything.
Well, it also depends on the driver, right? I mean,
yes, it does.
It depends on exactly what you're doing. If you're trying to save tire, if you're trying to gain a spot from somebody. Steven Johnson, race leader on pit road.
He's coming in a little hot. It looks like he got it conserved and got it down right there, but it looked like he was coming in a little hot.
So I've been saying this all night long, you know, I'm not that I'm praying for a caution, right? But that broadcaster's curse is a real thing. I was going to say, wouldn't it be funny if the championship race went green flag to checkered flag?
That would be awesome. That'd be a testament to the series.
Wouldn't be the first one that's happened in Blazing Pedals this year. But, I mean, for the championship race, that would definitely make it interesting and make you have to be on point all night long, but definitely going to hurt that 88. However, still a lap down. In 20th. He's gained 4 spots already. So he's still out there making moves. Don't count him out just yet. Quick caution, he's back in this thing.
Sam, my SDK is going wild once again. Can you tell me, is he around the lucky dog position, Walker? He is not right now currently, correct?
Currently, no, because we are under green flag pit stop. So right now it's Steven Johnson.
Okay, that was cycle. Copy that. We'll check it. We'll check it after all these cars cycle through.
Terry Foster coming in with a little bit of info out in chat saying there was no caution here in the last race.
Yeah, so Terry's been hitting us with a little bit of facts. That's one thing we loved whenever Terry was in the booth. He was always one who did his research, and it made the broadcast even that much more better. He told me that Taylor Butcher Benjamin actually started 12th, came home 3rd last time we were here, and Bryan Dees started 15th, actually finished the race in the 16th place in spot, 1 lap down.
Speaking of Taylor Butcher Benjamin, coming on the pit road in 5th position, following his teammate Derek Paulson. That does hand the race lead over to Bryan Dees. So now, what does Bryan do? Last pit on lap 55.
Everybody knows I'm a paint scheme junkie. I love that tune card. So simple, just the white and the with the yellow playoff trim. Just beautiful. Beautiful to me.
Well, sometimes we know the simple paint schemes are the best ones,
absolutely,
right?
Absolutely.
Taylor Butcher Benjamin off pit road.
When I think of Taylor, that's the car I think of. Same with Jammey and the Mountain Dew scheme, right?
Yeah, Jammy's always ran his Mountain Dew scheme, man. Jammey Walker's taking tires here, whereas Taylor didn't take tires. So is Jammey just right now, maybe he's thinking, you know what? There's under 100 laps to go. I got to do something. You know what I mean?
Might be fight back mode now. He might be ready to fight back. Throw some punches back.
And Terry said they are doing 13 more laps today than they did last time.
Okay, so I thought it was like 20-something laps. So 13 laps, not a lot, but it's still enough to play the strategy a little bit. Change it up. Maybe it added an extra pit stop.
Well, as the cycle continues, Dalton Kilroe back out to the race lead. And right behind him, Mark Arthur. Both last pit on lap 57 and 56. So they are, I don't know if they're trying to cut out a stop, but they got to be close. Let's actually, you know what, let's go on board here with Mark.
Yeah, we'll be able to tell by listening.
I don't know if he'd be saving right now, but we're going to find out.
Beautiful picture of him too, by the way.
There you have it, saving fuel.
I can't hear it, but I'll take your word for it. But what about that picture of Mark down there? That's beautiful. It looks just like him.
No, it doesn't.
That might be Jeff.
Nah, that ain't Jeff. That's definitely Mark. It's just, you know, a lot younger, less uglier version of Mark.
Right.
I know he can hear me because he has the broadcast on.
Absolutely. That's the beauty of it. As Terry Foster says, what else you want to know? I need Terry in my ear almost like a producer.
So, well, I said, what else do you want to know? Yeah. Terry, I'll tell you what I want to know. How many people have come to the league so far? It's an ongoing running joke, ladies and gentlemen. Terry coming in, hitting Mark with the less weight comment.
LOL. As Kilroe taking it down to the little pit road for service. Now I'm interested to see what the 41 let's do here as in regards to tires or not. Because my redneck math, I can't think, I haven't thought out whether they can cut out a pit stop here tonight and how many pit stops they actually got to do.
Well, so everybody, a lot of people have already pit, and it's kind of, I'm looking at SDK, it's almost split 50-50 down the middle between who took tires and who took fuel only. Kilroe, fuel only. down and away. Berg came in right behind him, but that's actually interesting to see because Berg went a couple of laps longer than Kilroy did last time. But it all cycles out. Ty Morosco and Derek Paulson took tires on that last stop. So new race leader, number 1 of Ty Morosco.
So MFRD teammates doing a little bit something different. They're not all on the same strategy. You don't see that often out here.
Well, Bryan Dees also took tires. The only one out of MFRD that did not, well, 2, is Dalton Kilroy and Taylor Butcher Benjamin. So Taylor's trying something a little bit different. Maybe he's thinking, you know, hey, I've been running in the top 10 almost all night long. Haven't really been able to find my way up to the front. You know, I got to do something different than everybody else. So I'm just going to keep on my main strategy. I'm not going to deviate off that and just kind of see where I play out and see where I finish.
I think so, because he's been the quiet one tonight, right? And I did not expect that. I've said numerous times this season, he has the most top 10s this season, and it's for a reason. He's been Mr. Consistency all season long. So I'm a little surprised to see him kind of just lurking virtually mid-pack, you know, so.
Well,
he's definitely going to start trying something different, I believe.
Well, you said it. He has been the quiet one all season long. And there's been a few times that he's finished in the top 3 where we really didn't talk about him a whole lot in the broadcast. But we did talk to him at the end of the race. So, I don't know. Keep an eye on him. Still a long way to go in this thing. We got about 85 laps to go. Terry says 31.1 was the fastest lap here by Berg. Looks like a bunch of drivers have passed that. Yeah, fastest lap right now. If I go, and it's not going to tell me exactly what I'm looking through.
30.93, I believe.
Mark has a 30.83.
30.83, yep.
Yep, that's the fastest lap right now. It's 12 of Mark Arthur with a 30.83.
That tells me the track is definitely quicker than it was here last time. Terry, can you tell us if it was day or night? I honestly cannot remember.
I think it was day, if I'm not mistaken.
It probably was. That's probably where we're picking up at half a tenth or so.
So let's go ahead and bring up the weather once again. Track still hasn't changed. Air temp's about 78 degrees. Track temp about 81. So it was about 70, 79 in qualifying and practice. And Terry comes in and says day. So it was daytime last time. But lap 92 of 175. Another round of green flag pit stops have completed. It's been green the whole way, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to jump to another commercial break. Don't go anywhere. Be right back.
iRacing, you wanted the best. You got them for a breast. Often imitated, never duplicated. The greatest show on dirt. The World of Outlaws.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic, real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
What's up, everybody? We're taking a break in this exciting race to tell you a little bit about Savage Edge. You can go to our link here, www.savageedge.com, or our Facebook here. So we're about to tell you a little bit what Savage Edge does. Have you ever wanted to put your face on a t-shirt or maybe your iRacing car? Well, we can do that for you at Savage Edge. Take a look at our direct-to-garment printer. Did you just get excited about what you can see on a t-shirt? Well, we got more for you. What about embroidered hats? Everybody loves a good hat. Look at this. We also do beanies that double as kitten holders. There's also so much more we can do here at Savage Edge. Vinyl graphics, coffee mugs, koozies. We basically can put your name on anything. So go to savageedge.com and check out our Facebook. Now back to the race.
Back live here on True Sim Productions, and Ty Morosco bringing it down pit road once again. Is this unscheduled for the number one? I don't think so. Maybe they did go enough laps. Last pit stop was there on 83, it looks like, lap 104. Yeah, I think they're in the window again.
We are back in the window because Dustin Ping is going down pit side. Corey Sherman just pit just a second ago while we were under commercial break.
Yeah, and Steven Johnson pit on lap 100.
Looks like Corey Sherman actually may have had another penalty for the 3 machine because he went down pit road and twice, it looks like, I do believe. I might be incorrect there though, but I think he did.
No, he did not.
All right, I'm incorrect. I wish you could see my SDK right now. I don't know why it's doing what it's doing, but I hope it's fixed by Tuesday.
Well, if not, you know, I can cover for it.
It is blinking like a strobe light.
Could be an update. We all know, I mean, if anybody from SDK is watching, I'm going to be straight up. Y'all need to put some serious work into this program. For us paying, for as many people that pay for it, I mean, it's got a lot of issues.
Just hearing from race control, Paul Ellison, unsafe pit entry, came in hot and got the pit cone on entry. So that's going to be a penalty for a 55 machine of Paul Ellison.
Paul Ellison, huh? Let's see if we can't get a replay on that. Comes down into the pits. I didn't get the cone, but yeah, definitely an unsafe pit entry. You're right, Tanner.
And now I'm just hearing chatter when I was looking into that. Something happened with Taylor the Butcher Benjamin. Heard him key up on the chat. Did not sound super pleased. I'm not sure what happened with him. The frustrations and tension, they're starting to build now.
I'm not seeing anything. No X's or nothing for the 10.
Maybe just hard racing there. As you see, he is coming up to the field now.
He is. He's trying to work his way around Mark Arthur. He just got around teammate Dalton Kilrow. He's sitting back in 16th position. I don't know. I wonder what happened there, Tanner. Maybe you could go back and maybe rewind it and see.
I'm trying to find it. It's just like hard racing. I mean, that's... My speakers are not hooked up correctly, so I can't hear when he actually said it. But just looking back here recently, I think him, Wellman were racing pretty hard, but no contact between any of them.
Huh. And maybe he just thinks that he should get a little bit more room. I don't know.
Well, we know. I don't want to say it happened when it didn't, but we just know Wellman, he's not one to usually give a whole lot of room anyways, right? He's the wild man for a reason.
Hey, you know, I always say it like this, man. I understand these guys, they're trying to win a championship, right? I totally get that bigger picture, but a lot of these guys are looking for their first win in Blazing Pedals too.
Right.
So, I mean, they're going to race you just like if it was race 1 at Daytona. I mean, they don't.
It's a dilemma. It's a dilemma. If you're 5th on back in the standings, how do you race the championship forward? You want to give them the courtesy, right? But you also got to think what's best for out your own windshield as well.
Sure. And if I'm Taylor, you know, all I would do is I would kind of put that in the back of my mind, kind of remember it. You know, I mean, you know, you're a driver. Drivers never forget. So just kind of put it in the memory banks and remember that guy for next season or next race, whatever. So Bryan Dees is now currently the race leader. Last pit on lap 83. And Steven Johnson pit on 100. He's in 11th currently, 1 lap down, but we are cycling through green flag pit stops once again right now.
Lap 107, Kobe Sutton coming in pit road, wrecking down pit road here. Just got a report from race control over that as well.
Let's see if we can't get a replay on it.
Going backwards down pit road. Still going backwards. I don't know if you want to look at that. What a joke.
Well, let's... Yeah, I think he's just trying to get turned around, but it's definitely, he goes back to the right. And take another look at it. Comes down into the pits, too hot.
We've saw people have issues trying to pit all night, right? Just trying to get the car turned around right here, you think?
I mean, that's what I would put my guess on it, but I mean, if I was in his shoes, I don't know why he wouldn't just stop and, you know the deal.
That's what I was thinking,
just
right?
Dump the clutch. I mean, you're kind of putting other drivers at risk right there. You don't know who would have been coming in behind you.
I agree.
Bryan Dees, race leader on pit road, championship contender, and at number 17. I kind of want to see what he does here. Last pit stop, he took 4 fresh tires. What does he do here? 4 fresh going on. It looks like right sides go up. Chris Legou out in chat says he's going to continue to bite his lip.
Yeah, I didn't do too good. I should have.
Well, here's a battle we got to watch. It's Mike Hamlin. I know he's on fresher tires. He already took his pit stop, working his way around Mark Arthur.
Hamlin's been one of the most improved drivers, I think, this season because he has been a contender all season long. So the 20, I think he's the 28 machine now. Yes, he is. 28 machine pay to win has been bad fast as well all season long.
The reason why I bring that up, we know that the 12 and the 28 have a little bit of history.
If not beef, we can say something steaming there, right?
Oh,
for
there's definitely
purposes.
something. Yeah, there's something there.
It may not be outright beef, but us race car drivers, even though we're sim racing, we definitely have a mental notebook and we definitely remember incidents.
I don't think we could say beef. Let's be a little bit more professional about it. Let's say animosity. How about that?
There we go.
A little bit bigger of a word, a little bit more professional.
I would trip all over that word, though, Sam.
This ain't moon car.
I would trip over that. Animosity. That wasn't too bad. That's 44-12. You're doing a little bit of racing out here. Now, these guys now, you're 115 so laps into this race. You're just basically slotted in where you're at, turning laps. The focus here, it can be easy to get distracted with something now, right? Because you're not really battling somebody if you're in a pocket by yourself, but you got to be as laser focused now as you was on lap number 1. It's a fatigue thing at this point.
Absolutely, and I'm still watching this battle up here. Mark's leading the way. Remember the last time we talked about these guys, Mark and Dalton, it was the other way around, flop positions. And Dalton really ain't letting them get too far ahead of him. I'm wondering when they're going to pit, though. Both of them last pit on lap 86, 87. Sounds like they're both saving fuel right now. Not only that, Chris Berg, lap 87, sitting back there in third, but he's about 11 seconds behind these guys. See Dalton all over the back bumper and Mark Arthur right there.
Hounding the 12 machine right now, just working him over, trying to make the 12, force a mistake out of the 12 car. Now, the 12 is a veteran here. He don't make a whole lot of mistakes, but if he makes a small one, if you're the 41, you got to capitalize on it. But yeah, it's very fitting that these two are on the same strategy when it comes to fuel conserving here, because I would think they're two of the best at it right now out there on the circuit.
Well, let's go back to our championship talk, Tanner, because this is what's really interesting to me. Steven Johnson, Taylor Butcher Benjamin, Bryan Dees, they all took tires the last round of pit stops. Now, Johnson pit about 10 laps before Bryan Dees did, and same with Taylor Butcher Benjamin. They're currently running 6th, 8th, and 9th right now. And remember, Johnson was a force to be reckoned with earlier in the race. He was running the top side of the racetrack, running up there in the lead. Now sitting back here in 8th position. So, did he maybe flub up a pit stop or something? I mean, something's going on with this number 2, as he's under pressure right now by the number 10.
Something is off with the 2 machine versus what it was earlier. I'm wondering if it was just a difference in the track from day to night.
It could be something along those lines. I mean, he could have not been as fast on pit road, but I mean, Bryan Dees is just on a tear right now. You said it. I mean, all season long, it feels like Dees has kind of gotten the short end of the stick, but out here proving himself tonight, man, showing what practice can do.
Looking for his 3rd ever career BPL win. As another note from Tear Bear, as Amanda likes to call him, Terry Foster let us know Jammey Walker has the most series wins in Blazing Pedals with 29 race wins. So looking for the even number 30 here tonight. And that would be also his first championship in BPL.
Oh, Bryan Dees making contact with the 23. Definitely going to be some words said about that one. 100%.
Yeah. There was definitely a little bit of chatter about it. It never fails.
Oh,
racing hard out here.
I wish I could hear it. I really do. I know Bryan Dees is not going to be happy about that one. He's a championship contender. We know the 23, I hate to say it, he kind of ruined championship hopes for Derek Paulson last week. So that's unbelievable, man. You got to give these guys, again, we said it before. I know that these guys are going to be racing hard for a win. I totally understand that. And
Don't touch them.
I'm not even saying you got to give them like a whole bunch of room, but yeah, we kind of caught that one plain as day. They even got a 4X off of that one, Tanner. So Bryan Dees now has 8 incident points.
I actually missed the contacts. Let's see what happens here. I heard the chatter. Just comes down and
just come down into him.
Yeah, he's not there. He's going to come down and hit him. And par for the course.
And you can tell, Bryan Dees right there, I kind of came up into Sam Lawson right there, but, as soon as this contact coming off of turn 4 happened, he's just seeing red.
He's seeing absolute red. He's a bull here, seeing red.
Sam
Going
Lawson.
after a matador.
I give credit to Lawson here. He kind of tried to move up, even put himself on the wall, basically.
Got into the wall by himself, absolutely.
But we got to watch the 17 now, man. He's got some damage there on that race car. These cars on the sim, they're like paper mache.
They're finicky. They are finicky. He's
made his way back around Sutphin, so was that even really necessary? I don't think it really was for Sutphin to be racing the 17 that hard.
I'm going to pull a Christopher Good card and say I'm going to bite my lip. Or tongue.
We can say stuff like that on broadcast. I don't feel it was necessary. You can see it. These, passing the same lap. So, was it really necessary to race them like that?
They provide the pages in the chapter. We're just reading the story up here. That's all we're doing.
That's a good way to put it. I like that.
It is what it is.
See Bryan Dees working on Samuel Lawson here in the 1 and 2. That's a battle for second right now. As Derek Paulson is your race leader. Now, this has to be eating at Derek, Tanner. He went into Texas. I talked to him before the race at Texas. He didn't really have high hopes. Got taken out early in that one. He finished the race. Good on him for sticking it out and staying out there. But now out here leading the way, it's got to be eating at him. He could have been in that championship 4, and he could be on his way to a championship right here.
He could have that yellow banner and stuff still on his car. We saw it basically get ripped from him at Texas, just basically stolen from him.
And it wouldn't be his first championship either. Derek Paulson does have a championship in the Blazing Pedals Racing League. I think it was the Trucks 3 years ago, if I'm not mistaken. Terry, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it was the Trucks.
Very, very, very deserving champion right there, Derek Paulson. He's a class act on the track and off the track. And, I know he's heartbroken. It's bittersweet to be out here leading right now for him.
Go back to Bryan Dees. He's still fighting Sam Lawson.
Sam, I think, just has the preferred passing line. It may not be the preferred line out on the track, but that high side, it's just not allowing Dees. Oh, Jammey Walker.
Did something happen to Walker? Because SDK...
He didn't have a front end. He was sparking, but now he's good.
Yeah, but it told me he crashed. I think that was just a glitch on SDK's part.
I'm hoping so. He lost the front end and everything.
Well, it was doing that to him last week, too. Yeah,
Copy that.
he blinked out, and when he came back, the car's just destroyed. I think that's just an iRacing thing right there.
So that is one thing about the sim, right? We're online, so online stuff, technical difficulties happen. That is one thing that quote unquote sucks, but hopefully battles through. No computer issues or anything like that for the number 88. Fingers crossed for him.
Well, 50 laps to go here, Tanner, and it's been green flag the whole way.
Clean and green.
Yeah.
That's BPLA.
Well, Steven Johnson's on pit road. Same with Taylor Butcher Benjamin. Want to see what they do here. Right side's up on the 2.
So the one's not taking tires. That's a teammate of Taylor. It looks like Taylor is elected to take tires. Steven elected to take tires.
Well, remember, Taylor didn't take tires the one time when Ty and Derek both did.
Taylor got off pit road in front of Stephen T as well.
So now
this is nerve-wracking right here, Sam. Sorry to cut you off, but getting up to speed here without wrecking, without going up on the track and impeding anybody else, this right here is really nerve-wracking.
Look at Steven Johnson, man. He said, no, sir, I'm going up to the top side, 3 wide.
Got a great pit exit there. Was able to actually make the pass right at the blue cone. That could be a championship-winning move here. They're trying to split. Oh, Mike Hamlin in the middle, 3 wide here. Taylor contact, another limitless driver making contact. That may not have been on Mike Hamlin there. I will give him a pass on that one. That was tough racing.
Well, he was split 3 wide, right?
Yeah,
I think
he didn't have a whole lot of choice in that matter.
Yeah, he was trying to give Johnson some room, and I think he was just trying to give Taylor some room there. Might have got a little loose coming off the corner. Again, we know how loose this setup is here, so I think that was just a little bit of rubbing.
I think you said trying to give room to just there wasn't enough room there for all 3 of them, right? But Johnson made a power move on the pit exit. Very, 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 very impressive out of the 2 machine there.
So Terry's in chat saying Steven did not finish the last race here, but he thinks that's because of the new child he had. So I think that's what it was. We've seen it happen a bunch of times this year with Steven Johnson, and we got to give him credit for that. I mean, he had a newborn earlier in the season, and sometimes he would come and race and only do about 50 laps, maybe, and then have to go pull dad duty. So, I mean, he's out here still running for a championship.
That's pretty cool too. That's another thing I love about the format, right? You miss a race, well, you still have a chance if you've been good enough the other races.
Well, the drop weeks we have helped too now.
Absolutely. So yeah, Steven only did 2 laps. He was 160 laps down last race.
Starting park. But hey, here's the thing. We understand that there's stuff that happens. Personal life obviously comes first over this stuff, but he still managed to get in here, turn a couple of laps, get a few points at least for that night, and then go do his stuff. So, commitment. He's showing he has commitment to the league. Every time I've interviewed him, Tanner, this year, he said he loves racing here. So we got 44 laps to go, man. I think we're getting down. These guys are going to be close to taking that last pit stop. Oh, man, it's going to be tough because Bryan Dees, he would have to run at least another 10, 15 laps to make it the rest of the way. Is he on the right strategy right now? Now we really have to start doing math.
I apologize. I went quiet. My driveway dinged and my ring camera went off, but not seeing anything on my phone currently.
Sounds like you got a ghost.
That's right.
Hey, I believe in that stuff, man. You might have one. This stuff's freaky. I've been watching a lot of that stuff on YouTube, man. It's pretty cool.
Oh, man, give me goosebumps.
Well, I tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, we got 43 laps to go. We're going to go ahead and jump to another commercial break. Don't go anywhere. Be right back.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
iracing. You wanted the best, you got them 4 abreast. Often imitated, never duplicated. The greatest show on dirt, the World of Outlaws.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic, real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
What's up, everybody? We're taking a break in this exciting race to tell you a little bit about Savage Edge. You can go to our link here, www.savageedge.com, or our Facebook here. So we're about to tell you a little bit what Savage Edge does. Have you ever wanted to put your face on a t-shirt or maybe your iRacing car? Well, we can do that for you at Savage Edge. Take a look at our direct-to-garment printer. Did you just get excited about what you can see on a t-shirt? Well, we got more for you. What about embroidered hats? Everybody loves a good hat. Look at this. We also do beanies that double as kitten holders. There's also so much more we can do here at Savage Edge. Vinyl graphics, coffee mugs, koozies. We basically can put your name on anything. So go to savageedge.com and check out our Facebook. Now back to the race.
Back live here on True Sim Productions. It's going to be our final commercial break of the evening with 34 laps to go. Under that commercial break, Bryan Dees did come down pit road on lap 138. He come off pit road, had a big sideways moment there coming out of turn 4. Didn't go through the grass, had a great save, still in this thing, but man, did he lose a lot of time.
That's 2 big whoa moments for the 17 car here tonight, as the 2 car actually went through the grass right there as well, got the left side tires off in the grass.
Well, right now he's leading the championship contenders, and Tanner, unfortunately, I hate to break this to you, but I just got word from we'll call him our in-race reporter, Terry Foster, tonight. Jammey Walker disconnected.
No way.
No longer on track.
Yeah, as soon as you said that, I got quiet because I had to go look.
But right now, current race leader, Dalton Kilrow and Mark Arthur, the 2 that were saving fuel the most. So they last pit on lap 118 and 117 here. You know, you're the one that told me the fuel run. So we said about between 20 and 30 laps. If they can make it under 30, they might be able to hit this last pit stop and be done with it.
Well, I didn't want to mention it because I didn't want to give Mark's strategy away, but he did. I heard him mention he could go 30 earlier. So I think that's what we're seeing here, honestly. I think... And we know Dalton, if Mark can do it, Dalton as well can do it, right? They both can do it. So they're trying to stretch it out, but they're due in for service now pretty quick.
31 laps to go. I wouldn't be surprised if we see Dalton at least get it to that lap, 29 to go mark before he brings it down.
I think that's what they're shooting for right now. 29, possibly 28 if they can make it. But man, oh man, it's a lot of laps.
Well, we got 30 laps to go right now. They just got to go basically 1-2 more laps.
Yeah, and obviously Dalton wasn't pitting that lap by.
He was clutching as soon as he went past that camera too. I heard his car. It wasn't off, but it definitely wasn't full tilt.
He wasn't letting her eat, is what you're saying, huh?
No, he's here. We can go on board with him here for a lap.
Well, he's starving it out. Trying to stretch that fuel as far as he can.
Let's see what he does here. Crosses the line. It's going to be 29 laps to go. This is our race leader, Dalton Kilrow. There it is. He's clutching.
Kilrow's also somebody that in the beginning of the season you could almost for certain pencil him in as a championship contender, right? Had a great season, was up in the top 5 all season long in regards to points, but ultimately a bad race at Talladega, I believe, and then he missed a race before you know it, he was out of playoffs. So tough break for the 41, but he's still trying to end this season with a bang, being the current race leader.
Well, he said it a couple of weeks ago, too, that, it's the first time he's really ever had to vote for the championship track, because normally we do see this 41 car in the top 4.
I didn't know that, but that's a great point. I truly believe that. This probably is the first time he's voted on the final track. Folks, if you don't know, the final 4, they are not allowed to vote. So us drivers, if you're not in the final 4, you get to vote on what track we actually go to for the final race.
So Derek Paulson's now leading. Well, here he comes. So 28 laps to go. It's going to be 27 when he crosses the line in pit road. This 41 car can make it the rest of the way.
So Mark's on pit road as well, Sam. I don't know if he came down before Dalton. He did. He came down a lap before Dalton because he's off pit road already.
Yep.
Now I'm watching time spent on pit road. Right now, Mark looks to be one of the quicker ones with only 41 total seconds spent on pit road from cone to cone. Now I'm watching to see what Kilrow does here, because I believe that the rest of the field they're going to be pitting too. I believe. Well, they would have to, right?
Yeah, they all at least have one more stop.
So this could be a race between Mark and Dalton. The way it looks like it's being, like the picture's being painted, but we know racing, anything can happen.
Our in-race reporter coming in chat telling us that Dalton had to back up in his stall. So overshot it, and if you look at the time, that confirms it. A 44.43 compared to Mark's 41.43, so 3 seconds slower on pit road.
And folks, that don't sound like a lot, but that's 30 seconds on the racetrack. That is
tons of time.
You're looking at football fields there. You're not looking at car lengths, you're looking at football fields. Edstrom, here reports from race control. Austin Edstrom led a lot of laps. Actually, I think qualified on pole. Just lost connection. He's out of the race.
And we know Jammey Walker unfortunately disconnected, so not gonna be a championship season for the 88 again. Man, he's always in the final 4, just can never get lucky.
He had to be the odds-on fan favorite to win the title, right? I know it was driver favorite. That's how much he's respected.
So right now, Derek Paulson is your race leader. Last pit on lap 136. But he has to stop. Sam Lawson is running second, has to stop. And Bryan Dees is running third, has to stop. But Dees is leading away. As I say that, Steven Johnson came down on 150. So Johnson can now make it the rest of the way. So I think if you're Dees, you got to come down now.
You got to come down now, right? Because Johnson, folks, what he's trying to do, he's trying to short pit them. He's trying to get those fresh tires on the car while they're still turning 31-second lap times. He's going to go out there and turn a 30-second lap time and try to manage that over the course of the run.
Well, Dees stays out, man. I'm telling you, he's got to come down pit road now. Like you said, he's just going to get ate up on them new tires. But he could also be thinking, if I stay out a couple extra laps, I might be able to run them back down on the fresher tires.
He might be able to make it up whenever Johnson's tires start to wear. It's a cat and mouse game right here. It's a dilemma when you're in that car. When you see a competitor pit, do you pit or not? 17's coming down.
A smart move. I really think that's a smart move. Now
I think he should have came earlier, right?
Well, he'll have a lap fresher tires now, right? So this could help him. We're going to have to keep an eye on it once the cycle gets through. Right now, Bryan Dees is still leading the championship 4.
Whoa. A little tight right there on pit road. It's all about execution now. That's all it is, execution.
Look how close he is on his line there, too, man.
You got him and Paul Ellison there. Ellison was trying to exit his pit box, and Dees was trying to enter his, and it was just weird the way it played out. It actually hurt Dees. I saw he had flag
on the speedway.
Yellow's on the track. Who did it?
Does that help? Does that help Dees? That puts Dees a lap down, but he's still in front of Steven Johnson and Taylor Butcher Benjamin. The only 2 cars on the lead lap right now are Derek Paulson and Samuel Lawson. Oh my God. What happened?
I'm seeing maybe Paul Ellison coming off pit road.
It's possible. It was.
Oh, was that a downshift we saw there, Sam?
I think it was. Let's go on the cockpit here. He missed the shift.
Yeah, I was going to say, I was watching them RPMs, watching that tack.
Wow, this has changed everything.
I can't believe that was a caution, Sam.
Well, you know, there's 2 drivers out on track right now who are absolutely despised that this happened, right? Like, it's Mark Arthur and Dalton Kilrow. They spent this whole race saving fuel just to come down to 20 laps to go and get a caution. Oh, my God. Well, it wouldn't be a championship race if something didn't happen. Well, we know Paulson and Lawson, they're going to come down pit road right now. Everybody else is pretty much going to take the wave around. They have to. But actually, I put Bryan Dees back to 12th. So currently, right now, it's now down to the championship 3 because Walker's out of it. Steven Johnson 8th. Taylor Butcher Benjamin 9th. Bryan Dees in 12th. So they're all right there. Again, it doesn't matter where you finish. You just got to finish in front of all the other ones.
If you win, cool, but you just want to be in front of the other 3. That's all it comes down to.
Oh, a little race off pit road here, maybe? No, Sam Lawson was just, he must have been pretty far back from Paulson there. He's just now hitting his pit box.
Wow, that's crazy.
But fuel only for the number 6, though.
And now, let's look at Lawson. Is Lawson taking tires?
Fuel only.
Fuel only.
They're sitting ducks right now, man.
I would think, right? But now I got to ask this question. This is something we don't talk about in Blazing Pedals very often, but I got to ask it. Do cautions breed cautions?
Championship race, everybody's going to be going for it, man. I
know we keep talking about the championship contenders, right? Well, we have to. But there's still people racing for top 5 in the standings, top 10 in the standings. There's other points battles happening out here right now, right? So everybody's going for it. This is the final freaking race of the season. I got to ask the question, what would you do to be a champion? What would you do? I'm about to find out.
I don't know, man. This is... So here's the thing. You know I want to interview somebody, right?
I do too. I want to tell you to interview Mark because I wanted to hear. I knew he would give us a good soundbite, right?
Wow, I wanted to talk to Dees because I know he's got a,
He would be the one.
I don't want to jinx him.
Would be the one.
I really don't want to jinx him. That's the thing. Every time, Tanner, I've interviewed somebody, they wreck like 5 laps later. And with it being a championship race, I know the last voice they want to hear right now is mine.
I tell you what, move him up here, it'll be mine. How about that? Oh, big mouth up here. No, we won't mess with him. Not the championship contender.
Yeah, let's just let it go. We'll let it ride tonight. Hey, we'll be able to get it cranking up here, though, I think. Maybe.
Oh, hell yeah. I mean, oops. Heck yeah.
Let's see here. Mark is currently being scored in 4th. Wellman had to come down pit road. But remember, everybody else, they all got to take that wave round. Look, there's Dees right behind Johnson. Taylor Butcher Benjamin now being scored in the 8th position. They are 8th, 9th, and 11th. I mean, it doesn't get any better than this. As you saw, ladies and gentlemen, the message popped up on the center of your screen, said number 55, Paul Ellison's going to be getting it on that one.
As Paul's been a real solid driver. I actually really enjoyed racing around Paul. I said last night on Race Chatter, I mean, I've done 31 races this season, right? And I've had a stigma of not finishing them all because I've been in wrecks and whatever. But Paul is a guy that you can get around, elbows out, and really race tough. Because I mentioned that from about 10th on back, it's like we're trying to win the Daytona 500 week in and week out, right? But Paul's not in that category. He will race you hard, but he'll race you so clean. So tough break for the 55 machine there. And now it's going to get really weird because all these guys just took the wave around now, right? So now they got to bust tail back, come back around.
I think race control's going to have to extend
I think
this
so
one
as well. So for a moment they're saying we had 2 cars on the lead lap. I wonder how ecstatic the 6 and the 24 were. You know they had to be happy.
Well, Terry's out in chat saying that Mark thinks he and Dalton have them all covered. I mean, they were the last ones to pit, really, for fresh tires. They went the longest, so they might be good. They're sitting there in 4th and 5th right now.
Right, and if somebody did have an extra set of tires laying in the pits, they couldn't afford to pit there. Why? Because they would lose the wave around. They would be trapped a lap down still.
I'm surprised we did not. Why did we not extend that?
We're going green. We're going green.
I feel like we should have extended that one. But
I
green
did
flag
too.
back out on the speedway.
Looks like the field man thought so too. They get spread out a lot there.
Yeah, that's not really too good for these. Well, we're going to go watch this championship battle. I want to watch the front, man, but this is the important one. Taylor Butcher Benjamin down to the inside of Steven Johnson. Bryan Dees is going to have to make some moves here. He does have the fresher tires, I believe, out of these 3. 16 laps to go.
It's amazing, Sam. When we go to Daytona and start these seasons, we all think, all right, we're locked in for a long season. Whoa, big move by the 23.
Steven Johnson getting into Mike Massigo. Caution flag's going to be back out on the speedway. That might be an EOL on the
Ty just hit the 23 as well. As I believe all that kind of started. Looked like the 23 may have got loose there.
There was a lot going on there, man.
That was a cluster there.
Let's go back and see what happened. 20, yeah, a little bit of. That's a tough call, but I mean, I know it's.
I hate to say it, that's some net code there too, Sam.
I hate to say it too, but at the same time, I mean, that's pretty close.
They're actually hitting there. I don't know why. Disregard the damage that it does on his car because that's not realistic. But they actually hit there. They did hit, I think.
I mean, yeah, I think race control. You know, we know Garrett the Hammer. He's done a great job all season long. He's
got a job with that one.
Especially with a championship contender, man. That's a tough call.
And now we're not kitty racing here, right? No fast repair. You got what you got there. That was a front end lick for the 2 car. It didn't look like it sustained a lot of damage, but you said it earlier. These cars are paper thin.
Look at the 43. All right, Terry's telling me to look at the 43. Let's go back. All right, Larry Bell, big time loose. Wellman. No, maybe Steven Johnson might not get it then.
Hey, rumor has it, Wellman is still at this moment wide open.
Should we go on board with him here?
We probably should. Holy cow!
Let's see if I can't. I'm gonna try here. Sometimes this program doesn't like to work with me. Yes, every time I do that, it goes back. So let's go to Larry Bell. Let's go over to here because I don't know why I have to do this, but I got to find Wellman real quick. Oh, what position's he in? Where you at, Wellman? There you are. All right, there we go. Let's see what happens here. Oh, he never lifted.
I'm telling you, rumor has it Wellman is still in the throttle at this first second.
Man, Wellman, what are you doing, guy?
Is he in TeamSpeak? Let's see.
Cubby, worry about racing. Don't be worried about typing in the chat.
Yeah, you got enough to worry about out there, brother. Plenty to worry about out there on the track.
Flat to the floor. Thought he was spinning back high, so went low, and he just stayed low. Sorry, guys.
Hey, don't apologize. It's all good. It's racing, brother. We're just busting at you here.
Well, I'm going to continue busting. You don't lift? You see somebody spinning. Oh, well, I thought he was going high. Well, you got a brake pedal, my guy.
So a normal human being, they see smoke, they hit brakes. Wellman sees it, and he's like, oh, we're going to the floor with it, buddy.
Go around that wreck. You can drive through it.
As Amanda Sherman with the laughing emojis. Miss Amanda, I'm so glad to have you still around. I'm so happy to see that.
I concur.
Awesome.
Well,
I lit up when I saw the chat last night.
have you heard anything from Race Control, Tanner?
Oh, I have. Sorry, I got distracted by all that. 43 car with the EOL.
Really? Okay.
I think with the spin, I believe, but I mean, that, like you said it before you got to replay it. Man, there was a lot going on there.
Well, there was, and
that
I
was
mean,
we even knew the 43 wreck, right? We didn't even know that happened.
Well, I saw he had a 4X in the race control program, but I thought it was like, you know, maybe he made contact with somebody up ahead.
Contact.
Yeah.
Right. I'll be back soon, not for the winter series, but I'll be back.
Oh, she's gonna do some officials to get back her skills. She should stream.
Oh, girl, your skills have gotten, it's amazing how much, and I'm not even saying like, just how much better you have gotten, right?
Oh, for
it's
sure.
Awesome. It is awesome to see. So Amanda will be top 7 on the practice chart and then go out there and qualify pretty good too. Like, it's pretty cool to see.
Well, we're going to re-rack them, restack them, fire them off one more time. Johnson have any visible damage?
Can we get a rear look on him, like a rear chase?
He's got some side damage there, but
I see that. Yes, sir. Now that could be, we could be talking damage and
nothing on
maybe
the front.
Maybe a little downforce.
I don't see anything on the front.
Pilots and Paul, shout out to him.
Yeah, but Dees is all the way back in 10th, man. So
I think right now, not writing him off because I feel like we've wrote him off all season long. So I'm not going to write him off, but I feel like the true battle is the 10
and the 2.
And the 2.
And right now it looks like the 10 has the cleanest car out of the 3. So I don't know. This is going to be really interesting.
Mr. Consistency up there inside the 2 car.
Well, according to Terry Bellum, Wee Man disconnected. I don't know who.
Sorry, I got to mute my mic.
All right, here we go. Come on, Steven, you got to tighten it up there. You got to get up there. Can't be scared.
He's been...
Here we go. Green flag back out in the air.
I love you, Terry. All right. That Paulson gets a great launch on the field there. Thought maybe the 41 would have one as well. Just teammates maybe a countdown, and along with the 10.
Here comes Johnson.
I've not lost full composure. I can't believe you read it like that, so. Whoa! Hard contact in the back of the wall. In the wall. Who is that?
That was Chris Berg.
Oh, I'm watching. I'm delayed. Terry got me all messed up over here. I was watching the stream.
Got to keep an eye on this fight up front, though, right now. Right now, it's all Dalton Kilrow up front. But the battle for the championship, Sam Lawson in the middle of the 2. Johnson goes up high, Taylor on the bottom.
Lawson not giving a whole lot of room right there either.
It's Paulson trying to let his teammate go by. I think he was trying to. Now Taylor's out of the gas.
Taylor's in the hornet's nest. He's trying to go here, but cannot.
He has nowhere to go right now.
All the way down to the apron, almost cutting the grass for him here, but gets around the 6 car. So you're right, the 6 car out on a little bit older tire, getting eaten alive, like you mentioned earlier.
Right now, it's all Dalton Kilroy off front. Steven Johnson running away with it for the championship. It's running second.
I would have to say he has been the fastest out of the championship 4, as it's been all night. But now that's 7 laps to go, 8 laps to go. Now it's nut up or shut up time, basically. You got to grip that wheel. It's white knuckle from here on out. 7 laps to go here to claim a champion. Look at the battle between the 12 and the 23 here.
I thought Mark might have had the better tires on this circumstance, but I guess not. Got a good run down the back straightaway, fighting for that 4th position, looking to the inside of the 23 once again. Steven Johnson kind of riding off into the distance right now because Taylor's back here in 6th. Sam Lawson in 7th, and Bryan Dees, unfortunately, back in 10th. He's got his work cut out for him now.
Yeah, I was going to say a lot of real estate and cars in between Taylor and Stephen T, but there's even more between Bryan Dees and Stephen T. Caution on the speedway. Cautions do breed cautions.
They 100% do. Looks like maybe Derek Paulson, Brad Collins might have been involved with this one. Let's go back and take a look.
I don't know why this course so delayed.
Ooh, Paulson right hooks the 22. Hey, Derek, if you're looking for some payback, I think that was the wrong car, buddy. So we'll slow it down right here. You can watch Paulson. Looks like he kind of comes off the wall. Maybe not. It's kind of tough to tell.
Yeah, he does a little bit.
I think Collins was moving up a little bit too, though. Again, that one's really hard to tell right there. Slow it down right there. Yeah, he comes off the wall, tries to turn in the corner. I don't think Collins turned in because he had a car down to his inside. Well, we're going to re-rack him again, Tanner, and another chance for Taylor and Dees.
It gets interesting now. So earlier, those guys were all waiver on cars, right? So if they had a set of tires laying, they could not basically afford to go down and pit and take them because they would have been stuck, trapped, a lap down. That's different now. They can pit if they want to now. Do we have any takers? That's my question.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and look once again because it's telling me Dees got some damage from that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, well.
No,
did
it? Did he?
You're right. It looked like it for a second.
Well, I tell you what, Dees has been a pinball tonight. He's got 12 incidents so far on the evening. Man, he's just...
Let me ask this, Sam, because I've never paid this much attention. So, yes, say Stephen T does finish in front of Taylor the Butcher Benjamin or whoever, but he has 23 incident points and actually gets less racing points than Taylor would. Does he still become the champion?
I think Mark said tonight in Discord when I was talking to him earlier, it's whoever finishes in front of who.
Copy that.
I don't think the points, the bonus points and stuff really matter on the championship.
I feel like they shouldn't, right? But I didn't know 100%. So, Sam, brother, you put on and did one hell of a season here. You started out with Terry. Terry's out in the chat. Then you went solo, right? You've called these races. You haven't missed a race. You've been here every Sunday.
I missed one. I had power supply issues. Remember, I missed one.
Oh, you did? Okay. Well, you mentioned that. I forgot about that because you've been here every week. You've done it for a season and a half now, and it comes down to these final 3 laps, brother. Thank you. I'd toast to you if we were sitting to each other. I'd cheers you right now. Thank you, brother.
Well, as far as I know, I'm pretty sure you and Chris are going to be doing it next year, if I'm not mistaken. So
you and Terry have handed off the baton, we'll call it.
So, familiar faces. Y'all know Tanner. We've all heard Chris Legou up in the booth. We know he does a great job. Tanner does a great job as well. Co-owner of TSP. So it's not like Blazing Pedals is going anywhere. Still going to be on True Sim Productions. So
I'm nervous as hell, but having Chris Legou makes it all a little bit better because you've set the bar pretty high, so it's going to be hard. I don't want to be better than that bar because I don't know if I can ever be better than that bar.
If anything, Chris and Rick set the bar.
They did. I think you even came in and elevated that bar, Simon. That's no shot, no shade to nobody. I truly think you did.
Well,
so if we can just be near that bar, that would be great.
If I know Chris, and he's been kind of hinting that he's got a few tricks up his sleeve for next season, so I'm actually curious to see what he's got going on. So, I think Chris, he's
one of the best in the game as well.
He is.
Absolutely.
He really is. I mean, me and him did a charity race back last December. It was your charity event for Toys for Tots, where I believe we raised over $3,000 for that event. So, shout out to you for that. But me and him did that broadcast, and that was probably one of the best broadcasts, I think, on TSP. It was me and him doing that broadcast.
And the views show. I think it's our most viewed video, or it was there for a long time, I know.
It's one of them. I know it's up there.
You said shout out to me for that. Now, shout out to y'all, every one of y'all. $3,000 for Toys for Tots for Christmas. I got goosebumps saying that. Because that was something we put together. It was actually something me and Sam did in about 3 weeks' time.
Well, it's all come down to this, Tanner. It's going to be a green-white checkered. Steven Johnson going to be starting on the outside of Dalton Kilroe. Dalton last pit on lap 148. He does have fresh tires. So does Mark Arthur. I believe that 23 Kobe Sutphin has fresh tires as well. It's going to be wild. But they get 3 of them.
Steven's going for another race win. I think it's been a little bit since Dalton's won, but we know Steven's won in the playoffs a few times. Can he pick up another win and also to boot a championship?
I think Dalton's got this race pretty much covered. Like I said, him and Mark have basically the freshest tires out there. I believe, if not, Kobe does on lap 162 for fresh tires. But, Mark pit on lap 162 as well, and it looks like he took 4 fresh tires. Dalton on 148, that was his last set of fresh tires. Green, white, checkered, he's just got to hold them off.
He's due for a win. Last win, August 13th at Charlotte.
Time to find out here. Time to crown a champion. Or are we going to get another caution? We're going to find out here. Pace car's off. Kilrow going to lead him down to the restart zone. Green flag is back out in the air. Big push from Ty Morosco. Definitely a countdown there.
The gloves are off now. It's all headshots. No more body shots. They're giving it everything they can. The 2 car just has to worry about the 10 right now.
Right now he's there. So he's in position. Taylor's a couple of spots back though. He's got to get around Sam Lawson.
And we heard earlier, Morosco looking for his first win as well. Has not won a points paying race. He's right on the back of the bumper of teammate Dalton Kiro. White flag in the air. The final lap of the BPL season. We got cars going around.
It looks like it was Mike Hamlin saved it. Not going to matter. Can Ty get a good enough run here to win his first race? We got a battle for the championship back here too. Steven Johnson, Taylor Butcher Benjamin nose to tail. Back up front. I don't think Ty's going to have enough for Dalton. Turn number 4. It's going to be Dalton Kilrow taking the checkered flag. Steven Johnson is your Blazing Pedals Xfinity Series champion.
So Kilrow picking up the 4th race win of the season for the 41 car, but all that to the side because we have a 2023 BPL champion and none other than the pilot, Stephen T. Johnson.
Ooh, a little bit of maybe displeasure being shown here by the 55.
What happened? I missed it.
He came flying up through the field, getting up on the back bumper of that 23.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I really
right-
like a
right
little bit
there.
of drama, right? They keep it somewhat. Oh, okay. We're going a little bit more extreme to it. Oh, it's going to get even worse, I believe. He tried to be.
Doesn't matter.
Okay.
Doesn't matter. Season's over. Dalton Kilrow going to burn it down. Steven Johnson going to burn it down. I don't know who to watch right now.
Yeah, right?
We'll show them both. Steven Johnson said, I don't need this race car no more. Forget that rear clip. Who needs it?
So Stephen T. Johnson, your 2023 BPL Series champion, not only walking away with the pride, taking home a little bit of moolah with him.
So it looks like Taylor finishes 2nd. Bryan Dees 3rd in the championship. And Jammey Walker 4th.
Heartbreak City for the number 88 once again. As a broadcaster, I'm not supposed to root for him, but I was. And I'll tell you, his own competition, Bryan Dees said on Race Chat, he would like to see Jammey Walker win a championship. So, tough break for him. But hell of a night out of not only the 2 car, but the 41, picking up the 4th race win of the season.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be a little bit lengthy interview here tonight. We're going to talk to our champion, our top 3. Going to probably bring Mark Arthur to say a few words as well, being league owner, like I always like to do for these series. But before we do that, we're going to let everybody kind of cool down for a minute. We're going to take one last shout out and thank Savage Edge Graphics for sponsoring this season. So we'll be right back.
What's up, everybody? We're taking a break in this exciting race to tell you a little bit about Savage Edge. You can go to our link here, www.savageedge.com, or our Facebook here. So we're about to tell you a little bit what Savage Edge does. Have you ever wanted to put your face on a t-shirt or maybe your iracing car? Well, we can do that for you at Savage Edge. Take a look at our direct-to-garment printer. Did you just get excited about what you can see on a t-shirt? Well, we got more for you. What about embroidered hats? Everybody loves a good hat. Look at this. We also do beanies that double as kitten holders. There's also so much more we can do here at Savage Edge. Vinyl graphics, coffee mugs, koozies. We basically can put your name on anything. So go to savageedge.com and check out our Facebook. Now back to the race.
Thank you once again to Savage Edge Graphics for sponsoring this season of Blazing Pedals. Big shout out to Corey Sherman for doing that. And everybody, make sure you go to savageedge.com, get yourself a True Sim Productions t-shirt. Make sure you show the love and support. That being said, we got to go ahead and go through our normal interview process before we talk to our champion. Champion's going to be last. But Tanner, I believe you're catching up with the 23 of Kobe Sutphin.
Yeah, we have got caught up here with the number 23 of Kobe Sutphin. Kobe, it's Tanner and Sam up in the TSP booth. Got a copy?
Yeah, I'm here. What's up?
Man, oh man, talk about a roller coaster of a race for you. Had an earlier incident, but you started this race in 23rd, I believe, is where you qualified at. Brought the machine home P3. Talk to me about your night here tonight, brother.
Oh, up and down roller coaster, you know, wrecking in pit lane like a champ and then coming back to finish P3. So, I mean, talk about the lowest of lows and then the highest of highs, I guess, technically, if you don't win, right?
Right. I mean, it kind of zero to hero at the moments, right? But you persevered, you battled through. We were talking about how tough it was to actually get on and off pit road all night tonight. And you actually, I mean, you just said it and you showed it. Talk to us about what happened there when you were trying to come on.
I just had the brake bias way too low, and once I hit the brakes, it basically was just spinning out. So I was like, okay, well, this is going to be a struggle all night long. So I put it as high as I possibly could, and yeah, didn't help that much.
Right on. I think Sam actually, he had mentioned that was probably something that played a factor into it. Well, Kobe, this is the final race of the season. It's no secret, been a little bit of drama along the way, right? But that's racing. We're all out here racing. It's going to happen. Are y'all looking to return for 2024 here? It'd be cool to have it.
We'll see what happens. I haven't really made a decision yet because of all the drama and all that other stuff, so we'll see.
Right. I got you, brother. Well, sometimes it's best that we all just kind of just take a step back, look in the mirror, reflect, and chill out on it. Cooler heads always will prevail, Kobe. Well, brother, you brought the car home P3 tonight. That's all that matters here at Chicagoland. Who we got to thank for number 4?
I like to thank Mike for bringing me in here and running the league with you guys. I like to thank Mishmash Gaming for sponsoring the car and Full Send Graphics for painting the car. And I'd like to thank Frog for spotting us throughout the season, and my other teammate Dave and Ryan, even though Ryan hasn't been around. But we'll see what happens next year. It was fun. GG's.
Right on, bro.
And that was the number 23, Kobe Sutphin, coming home in 3rd. And Tanner, you got one more before I let you boogie on out of here. I'm going to go ahead and bring up Ty Morosco for you. You got him.
Yes, sir. So now we got the bridesmaid. I was shocked to hear this man has never won a race, but he's always right there, so I know it's coming. Mr. Ty Morosco from Mar Racing, do you have a copy?
I got you.
So, Ty, it's no secret. I just said it. You're always in the mix. You're always right up there in contention. What do you think you needed for the DQ number 1 machine to get up there and battle it out with teammate Dalton Kilroe?
The lead. I mean, I think the clean air, especially with 2 laps. You know, we're both running hard, so I don't think. I tried to run the high side, see if I can get a run off. Didn't really work, and you know, here's what it is. Our tires were too close together. Running hard. Had a fast MFRD Ford Mustang tonight, and too bad MFRD couldn't take home the championship tonight. But you know, we'll take home the win and in 2nd place. And yeah, always the bridesmaid, never the bride. But you know, we're kind of getting used to that. But we can take this momentum in the next year for sure. Back-to-back 2nd place finishes.
You just said a key word right there, momentum. When I think of MFRD, I think of top 5, right? Y'all pick them away. If you're not winning the race, you're top 5. And Ty, you prove that week in, week out. So I know it sucks to come home 2nd, but it's also a good thing going into 2024. I know you've won a class here before. You won some non-points races, so I know that win is coming. Ty, one more question. How is it coming into a race like this? You got 2 teammates that are championship contenders, does that change how you race around them throughout the night?
Yeah, it definitely did. I mean, early on, we're kind of just all racing, like how you normally race. But when it was coming down and, they were catching me, instead of me battling them, I just let them come up in front of me and I just ride behind them. I mean, there's no point for me to battle them. They can lose time that isn't needed, so, I let them come up in front of me, either as Bryan or Taylor, and, let them stay in front and just try to help them to get up there. And we almost had it tonight, but, congrats to Steven, and he's had a good season all year, and congrats to him for winning the championship. And yeah, it's been a good year, and for me personally, I feel like I've improved a ton, and on last season, hopefully we can take that into 2024 and build on that.
Absolutely, brother, absolutely. Well, we know NFRD paints y'all some wicked paint schemes there for that number 1 Ford Mustang, but who else do we got to thank for it?
Obviously Michael Falk, and then Savage Edge, CJR Graphics, Mullet Music Productions, Butt Kicker, Priority Auto, and then obviously you guys up in the booth, TSP, thank you for coming out every week, and obviously Garrett, thank you for all season long being the racing troll, the eyes in the sky, and
the hammer.
Yeah, the hammer. And then Mark, obviously putting it on every year, and look forward to many good times and great finishes, and hopefully a win next year. I can feel it coming. I mean, we're getting there.
I can feel it coming too as well, brother. Well, hope to have you back for 2024. Momentum is running high for the team MFRD guys, and congratulations on your P2 finisher tonight, brother.
Thank you.
That was second place finisher Ty Morosco. So close yet so far away for the number 1. But like you said, Tanner, I think he's going to get there in the next season. I think we're going to see that one car in victory lane.
I'm talking multiple race wins. I don't think it's going to be one win. I think you're talking multiples. It's just a matter of how many.
Well, that being said, while you were talking to him, I caught up with our race winner, Dalton Kilrow, driving the number 41. Dalton, you and Mark, you guys were running pretty much the same strategy, it looked like, all night long, maybe trying to cut out that pit stop. Kind of want to know what was going through your mind through the whole race, and then once you saw that first caution flag fly.
Yeah, definitely at the start of the race, I was not even thinking of trying to do any sort of fuel strategy. I was just planning on just going as long as I really could, but I wasn't going to try to save. And then just after that first double stint, when I pit and I saw how far I went on fuel and I didn't even save, I was like, let me give it a shot here. And then it was just the numbers worked out perfect, and I was just able to not lose too much time and just stay maintaining the fuel. And then I did make a couple mistakes on pit road that cost me some time, but luckily that caution did come out. I mean, I was initially just kind of just like, really, the caution now, because I was a lap down, but luckily could take the wave around and get back through some stuff, avoided that second caution. And then I'm surprised I had the grip I did compared to the guys that had fresher tires behind me, and was glad to be able to hold on and finally not throw one away from me being stupid with strategy.
Well, you pulled it off here tonight, played the strategy well, got yourself the track position. I'm going to ask you the same thing Tanner asked your teammate. You had 2 teammates running for the championship tonight. Were you planning on running them a little bit less hard or harder, or what was your plan with that?
I was a little bit easier, not like too much though. I mean, I didn't want to do anything to completely jeopardize their championship attempt, because I know I would hate it if I was in the opposite position and had something like that happen. But no, I was just trying to make sure I left at least a little bit more room, maybe like half a car width more or something like that, just so there wasn't any sort of issue between me and them, or netcode or whatever. Yeah, for the most part, just kind of almost business as usual in the MFRD camp.
Well, last race of the season, you managed to bring home a win. Sadly, you weren't a part of the championship 4 this year, but you showed that you still can run up front, and you're a force to be reckoned with. So I'm going to leave it to you, man, who you got to thank on the 41 for making it all happen.
Well, obviously, I got to thank MF Racing Designs on Facebook. Love the paints, always. I got to thank you guys for doing the broadcast for us all season. Got to thank Priority Auto, Mullet Music Productions, CGR Graphics, Savage Edge for being the series sponsor for us. God, there's one that's redacted on this little list here, so I don't think I can really say that one.
I know which one.
I'm glad somebody got that one. Yeah, everybody else at MFRD for the good teamwork all year, and everybody in BPL for making the racing out here what it is. And congrats to Steven for getting the chip. He deserves it.
Well, you put on a good show there at the end, Dalton. You played the right strategy, like I said, had good track position, took home another win, and we'll see you next season, man.
10-4, man. Thank you.
And that was your race winner, Dalton Kilrow. But now we got to talk to the man, Steven Johnson. I'm going to leave the winner banner up above his name because he still is a winner regardless. Steven Johnson, Blazing Pedals Xfinity Series champion. What's going on, buddy?
A lot to take in, honestly. That was a pretty fun race, and just like had that caution not come out, you know, Butcher Benjamin and I, we were absolutely just hauling the mail trying to get up to D's there, and just the cautions kind of fell the way we needed them to, and took advantage of opportunities and managed to get here. And yeah, I mean, it's I'm kind of like subdued right now, but like that was a really fun race. I enjoyed being here.
Well, this is your first season too in Blazing Pedals, if I'm not mistaken, right?
It is.
So there you go. You come in, you had a few races where you didn't be able to finish them because I know you had dad duty and stuff like that. So how does it feel being a new driver in this series to take home a championship in your rookie year, basically?
Honestly, it's just you just trying to take it all in, honestly, because it's like there's so many great drivers here and so many great teams here. It's not like you could just show up and just win. Like there's a lot of preparation that goes into these races. They got the practice sessions every week for each event, and like you said on the dad duties, like I've literally got the kid to sleep 15 minutes before the race started, and got to hop off and then basically run in here, get a couple laps in, and just try to hopefully something works. And I mean, it is what it is, but it's just, like I said, it was just a lot of fun this year overall.
Well, let's talk about the race a little bit. I mean, you and Jammey Walker were battling hard there at the beginning. You were also up front a lot at the beginning, and then it seemed like maybe you kind of fell off. How were you feeling when you saw that Jammey had problems and disconnected, and then you kind of fell back a little bit? What were you thinking?
Yeah, so I went into the race thinking that the top was going to be the fastest line around the track, and I thought it ended up being probably the fastest lap for probably qualifying, and maybe like 5 or 6 laps on the hot laps. And then like I quickly started realizing that it wasn't going to be the good long run line. You had to figure out how to run the bottom. So, and I didn't practice the bottom at all. I only practiced the top. So I had to try to figure out how to run the bottom and then like not slide the tires on exit, and then just trying to adjust to based on what everybody else is doing to try to find a lowest speed. But I feel bad for Jammey because like he ran an extra, I think 2 or 3 laps on fuel more than I did. And like I don't know how he's running that many laps, and then he didn't because he ran out of fuel, and just didn't get the opportunity to get back on the lead lap, unfortunately. Because I think if he got back on the lead lap, he was going to be right back up there.
Well, Steven, before I let you go ahead and shout out your sponsors and everything, Tanner, are you still here?
I am here.
You got anything for our championship winner?
Steven, the one thing I can say that I took from that interview was you said it's hard to just show up and race. Well, brother, a lot of people think of you as somebody you do. You get in here late, right? You got dad duties, but something a lot of people don't know. You put in a lot of time and effort throughout the week practicing, correct?
When I can. I mean,
Right.
There's so like if it's like some of the regular season races, I just try to basically just that when I was starting back in 30th, that was me just trying to learn the track.
Right.
But this week I was able to get like an hour to an hour and a half, kind of somewhere in a couple times throughout the week, and tried an AI race and just trying to come in a little bit more prepared. But when I saw how fast that Dees were and Taylor Butcher Benjamin and Jammey Walker, like I said, they were all incredibly fast tonight. Any of the 4 could have won the championship.
I agree. Well, the one person that did, Stephen T. Johnson, the pilot. So congratulations, brother, on picking up your championship in your rookie season. They can take a lot of things from you. They cannot take away 2023 BPL season champion, brother. So congratulations.
I appreciate it. It's been a lot of fun.
Absolutely, boss.
Before we let you go, Steven, who you got to thank?
Honestly, just everybody who supports this league and makes everything happen. And the Five Kings folks, I've really enjoyed hanging out with them throughout the season. Like when I came in as a newcomer, they were the only ones I really knew, so they were kind enough to let me hang out with them during the races and talk some strategy and just make it a really fun time throughout the season.
Well, Steven, congratulations. You are a Blazing Pedals champion, so don't let anybody take that away from you. You got bragging rights until next season. We hope to see you at least in the Winter Series, too, if you can make it.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Like I said, I do want to run it. It's just a matter, like I said, this start time just has been really difficult for us, just as a family. I was really fortunate. I was able to get the older kid down for bedtime, like I said, right before the race started. So instead of like him sitting back here behind the camera, just like hanging out, I finally got him to sleep, so I was actually able to focus for once. So, but we'll see how it goes. I don't think I can run like a full-time schedule, but I'm going to definitely show up when I can.
Well, we hope to see you, Steven. We also hope to see you back next season. Again, congratulations. Again, you're a Blazing Pedals champion, and hopefully we talk to you next year, buddy.
I appreciate it. Let's talk soon.
That was your champion, ladies and gentlemen, Steven Johnson. We got one more person I want to talk to before we start ending festivities, and I do believe, if I'm not mistaken, we got a butt kicker we have to give away here tonight as well. Mark can confirm that, but we're going to be bringing him up here in just a second. So let's go ahead and bring up Mark Arthur, league owner. Driver the number 12, Mark Arthur, you there?
I'm here.
Well, Mark, you know I do this with every league at the end of every season. Got to get your final thoughts, how you think the season went, and basically whatever you want to throw out there.
Season went terrible. I finished 5th.
Well, okay, so
I hate him. I can't stand him, guys.
But no, seriously, what's your thoughts, Mark? Final thoughts before we get out of here.
I don't know. Season went awesome, I think. You know, everybody thinks it's a long season, but it's supposed to be a simulator, right? I mean, we're simulating NASCAR, so they have a long season. We have a long season, so I don't mind. A grind,
but it's awesome.
I don't mind the long races because it gives you a chance to, you know, if you have a bad race, you can get it back, right? Because they got a lot of races to have a bad race. So there's reasons we do it, right? It's worked for 8 seasons now and getting ready to go into the 9th season. So if it ain't broke, don't fix it kind of thing. And I don't know. I wish we wouldn't have had the cautions that we had. I think I had them covered, especially with Dalton making the mistakes and then almost spinning out when he came out of the pits. I had a pretty good lead. I think he was running hard trying to catch me back, so his tires would have been bad. I would have been able to race him there, but it is what it is. You know, I hate fuel races. A lot of people hate fuel races, but it's fun when you can win one like that. But I don't know. We'll get into that winter series, and it's going to be a lot of people going to learn some throttle control over the winter, I think. Because
Sam, I want to butt in really quick. Let's talk about the winter series, Mark. Gen 4, we've had some signups, not a whole lot of signups. How excited are you going into the winter series, something new here in BPL?
Well, I'm always excited to race when I don't have to do no admin in it.
I hate him. I can't stand him, Sam. Why do we hang out with him?
I get to sit back and you get to do it all. I get to race, and I think it'll be fun. Like I said, I've only raced those cars one time, the one race you put on, and it was a learning experience, right? It's a lot different, so you have to learn to use throttle more than the steering wheel and you know, brakes and everything. So if you can manage the throttle, you can do good, right? But that teaches you not to spin the car out. It teaches you to save the car. So, you know, if people can get in there and race that car, it's going to be fun, and you're going to learn a lot trying to not loop that thing.
I agree. Well, I told Sam thank you earlier for the broadcast, and I got to tell you now personally on the air, thank you for the league that you do provide. I know I'm an admin in here. I know you get mad at me for leaving races and that kind of stuff. Stuff goes on that I don't even want to talk about, but I truly love this series, and I truly want to do anything I can to help the series out. So I just got to say thank you for putting the series on. We do appreciate it. I promise you. Even at times it may not seem like it, I promise you we do. You got something good here, brother.
You'll thank me for the contractor consulting too.
As of late, yeah, we had some troubles in the bathroom. That is true.
Well, I don't mind. I've been doing it 25 years, so I don't mind helping you.
Well, real quick, Mark, before we let you go, I just want to confirm we do have a butt kicker to give away, correct?
Oh, yeah, we do.
So I'm going to go ahead and bring the wheel over right now, ladies and gentlemen, on your screen. It's labeled 1 through 43. Mark, I'm spinning it right now. I'll let you know who's in that position, or you can let me know, whatever. Well, we didn't have 31 cars, right?
We had 26.
26. So we got to spin it again. Position 5.
Yes, it's me. I got it.
That's actually me.
So we got to spin it again.
So spin it again.
Oh, Mark, you're so. Not only are you cute, look at your picture. You're also a good guy.
Well, 26th. How about that?
That would be Fred Thompson.
Well, he didn't He didn't start the race, did he?
No, he's 176 laps down.
So we got to spin it again. One more time, ladies and gentlemen. We'll get a winner, I swear.
We usually have to stay in the server, but since we forgot, then I'm just going to say whoever lands on.
Whoever lands on that did it. They did it correctly.
How about 4th?
That would be Stephen T. Johnson.
Oh.
All right, guys, don't give it to him. He's won too much. Like, spin that wheel. I'm just playing. I'm just joking.
There you go.
Stephen T. Johnson not only wins the championship, but walking away with almost $200 piece of equipment, too. So, good job, BPL. Good job.
So, championship. Get some money for that. And also, Stephen T., you're going to be getting a butt kicker. So get in contact with Mark Arthur. He'll get you your race winnings and get you a butt kicker sent to your house.
And the beautiful thing about Blazing Pedals is, Steven, because this is going to hit home to you. You're going to get a real butt kicker, not a fake one, not one we say we're going to give you and then give it to you. You just want a butt kicker, brother. So congratulations.
No, that sounded like Tanner been...
Not Tanner. Not me.
Where'd he win when he didn't get it?
Well, talk to Steven off air. Well, folks, Sam, it's been a hell of a ride, brother. It's been a great season. Season and a half for you. It's a grind. I know Mark said he loves long seasons, but they are a grind. But not only a grind for the bikers, they are for the drivers. So for the drivers that showed up for 99.9% of the races, I salute y'all. Y'all are the true MVPs out here as well.
Absolutely. And real quick, let's be sure to thank all of our sponsors once again. Savage Edge Graphics, Priority Auto, who provides the team speak for us. CJR Graphics, where you can find Corey Rutherford's paint shop on Facebook, CJR Graphics. He also puts up the practice sessions for us every week. Butt Kicker, as you saw, we're giving one away. So shout out to Butt Kicker for that. Mullet Music Productions, providing all the music here on True Sim Productions. And who else am I missing there, Mark? I know I'm missing somebody.
I'd like to thank my mom and my sister showing up ever since they found out that they've been loyal.
For sure.
Yeah. I did that earlier, but absolutely.
Yeah, they've been loyal all year. I can't believe it because I don't know. I think it'd be boring, but
I'm mad at her right now.
Well, you ain't never heard of her mouth, so.
Well, she said Tanner had a big mouth, so it's kind of funny.
I'm calling her Lola from now on.
Well, I do, so.
Yeah, I know you're the one who told me not to do it or to do it, but she hates it.
She used to hate it. I think my grandma, our granny, we called her, used to call her that. So she's since passed for a while now. So I don't think she minds it quite as much anymore.
Hey, shout out to the Hammer as well. He's out in chat. He said, good job tonight in the booth. Appreciate you boys having me this season. It's been a blast. Shout out to the Hammer, showing up week in and week out as well. Just watching the races. Not even getting the race. He's just watching them and making sure everybody minds their P's and Q's. Thank you to everybody. Honestly.
I don't remember where he came from. Somebody
when a dad and a mom.
Somebody referred Garrett here, and I can't remember.
If I'm not mistaken, I think it was Paul Ellison and those guys.
Yeah,
because
I think
he races in, or he
that is true.
Either races or he does another race. He does race control in another truck series, Venom, I believe, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep, you are 100%.
Yeah. So Josh is out in chat. Yep. So there you go.
So I mean, we didn't know anything about the guy, right? They were just like, hey, he'd be interested, and stuck him in there. I mean, the guy is like, I don't know, he needs to learn how to barter, because when I said, hey, we'll give you this much, he said, oh, I was going to do it for free. I was like, what? No, I can't expect you to do that. And even
he did the same thing for the Winter Series, by the way.
Right. He said, oh, I've done it for, way less than what we're willing to give him. But it's like, we didn't know anything about the guy. He comes in. I don't think we could have found anybody better. I mean, he's good. He's fair. He's 100%. Consistent.
He bought into the thing, what we were trying to do 100%.
Right. And he's pretty good at it. I mean, I heard some, little birdies talking, said he might want to race next season. And, I mean, it is what it is. If he wants to race, I hope he can find someone similar to himself that might be interested in doing it, or, if he wants to do it, it's all on him. But
right, I
hopefully
hate
we
to
can
lose
find
him as a race
somebody.
control,
Yeah,
but it'd be awesome to have him out on track with us. Either way, right?
Right. And I hope we can find someone, or he knows someone that's got a similar demeanor to him and wants to do it. You know, problem is when they get here and they see the good racing, they always want to come race. So.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's been one heck of a ride. It's another season in the books here for the Blazing Pedals Racing League. It's all right. It's a championship race. I knew it was going to be a little bit longer, but to close it out, again, thank you to all the sponsors this season: MF Racing Design, Savage Edge, Priority Auto, Mullet Music Productions, CJR Graphics. Garrett, thank you. I didn't say thank you yet. Thank you for doing race control. Me and Mark know it's not an easy job, especially when you're by yourself. So great job this season. I'll say the same thing. Love to have you back, but if you want to race, be cool to see you racing too. Next season, Tanner and Chris are supposedly going to be taking over the reins for the broadcasting. So be sure to keep an eye out for that. Also keep an eye out for the Winter Series coming up here shortly in December. That's
December 3rd.
That's all Tanner's gig. He's going to be broadcasting that one as well. Hopefully I'll be out on track for that one too. But we're going to see what happens. But that being said, we're going to throw it over to Mullet Music Productions one more time, as we always do, to shout them out. Thank you for the national anthem, and thank you for providing the music for us here on True Sim Productions. That being said, everybody, I hope you enjoyed tonight's coverage of Blazing Pedals Xfinity Series, and we'll see you next season.